Good evening, my friends. It's Brian the Grizzly here, part of Spoiler Kings, along with Brandman Brandon. Guys, I cannot wait to talk about the show. We're gonna have Tank jumping in very soon. There's been so many things going on. Brandman, have you had a chance to you watched House of the Dragon?
I just watched it. Well, I came home, sat on the couch because it was a long day at work, started watching it, fell asleep, woke up again, restarted it from the beginning, finished it roughly about an hour and a half ago.
Okay, okay.
Mhm.
Did you get? Say, I know you already watched Supercell.
Oh yeah.
You saw that last week,
Hmm.
and then what about Twisters?
Sorry. I did see Twisters. I saw it Friday night. Liked it
Um,
infinitely more than I expected.
I mean, that's a lot of people. I mean, you see how much money it made? I was
Yeah.
shocked. It's like, so 80 million domestically, 120 worldwide.
Hmm.
Like, wow, it's already up there. It's already what I want to say it is number 16 right now for the year. After a week, and no one knew this is after a weekend. No one knew it was going to be this big, this popular, and I enjoyed it. I think it's going to continue. Word of mouth is going to continue to.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's definitely going to give it a boost. I liked
I,
it so much more than I expected to.
I 100% agree.
Hmm. I don't even
80
think
skip,
originally it was.
80 skip at night says he went home. Everybody else was late. Everybody else was late. But Brandman has an excuse. I didn't send him the link. It was my fault.
Oh no,
So
dude, it's all good. But yeah, because originally the movie wasn't even on my radar. I'm like, when I first heard they were making it, I'm like, I guess. And then, yeah, I ended up liking it. Yeah, I was surprised. Definitely my probably like my pleasant surprise of the summer.
isn't that everyone's response to it? They're like, I guess this is what
Hmm.
we're gonna do, And then all of a sudden
Yeah.
you're watching it and like, wow, they did it so well. It made sense. I thought it flowed well. I was
Hmm.
invested in the characters. So I mean, that first scene, I was like, man, how you gonna just walk into an EF5? Like you should know better.
Oh man, yeah, they definitely hit the ground running with the way it opened.
The 80s kids from the 90s says I was rewatching Back to the Future Part 2.
Nice
What is
choice.
your favorite Back to the Future? Is it the first one or the second one? Because I know it's not the third one.
No, I have to kind of I think years back I would have said the second one, but now I have to go with the first one.
For about 2 decades, the second one was my favorite. For about
Hmm.
20 years, the second one was my favorite. And then I really got to enjoy understanding the storytelling in the first one. And now it's my favorite now.
Hmm. Yeah, I absolutely love. I don't even mind. I don't even mind the third one. I like the series as a whole. Um, I don't even mind the third one. I think they were, and I know originally Robert Zemeckis planned for it to just be a one-off,
Mm-hmm.
and obviously Universal's like make sequels, but I didn't think the third one was. I still think the third one's pretty watchable. I have fun with it, but the first one is my absolute favorite. I like the second one. I think I was always as a kid disappointed they didn't do more kind of like stuff in the future
Mm-hmm.
because that was my favorite part. That was my favorite thing about it. But yeah, the first one.
Like when you open some biscuits, Biff. Biff.
Mm. Do you remember the short-lived animated series?
Yes. Well, like I mean, everything turned into cartoons in the early 90s, I mean late 90s. That's just what you had. Everything was a cartoon.
Everything was a cartoon. Like yeah, late '80s, early '90s.
Yep.
Freaking Kid and Play had a cartoon for like one season.
I don't know if it was
MC
one.
Hammer had a cartoon.
Hammer don't hurt him. Most gangster
Mhm.
rapper ever. Forget everybody else.
Hey,
We have
Mama
Mama
Bear.
Bear in the building. So now we can actually start. That's great. Tank is in the building.
Oh, what the hell,
I
man?
could really start.
Fucking, I just noticed it. That's not from me either. It's not blood. It's looks like it's food.
I was like, it looks like syrup. We got B in there. What's up, Brandon? What up? I'm watching Ghostbusters, the first one, I'm guessing, because that is amazing.
Yeah. He's either watching the first one or Frozen Empire since it's on Netflix now.
Oh,
It's on Netflix
already?
Damn.
Yeah, like as
I
of
didn't
today.
know Netflix. Well, yeah, I didn't know Netflix was even getting it.
Mhm.
I have the actual movie over here in my movie collection now. It's starting to round up.
Mhm.
I'm feeling
Now
good.
that it's on Netflix, I think I'm gonna give it another try.
I bought
didn't
the
hate it,
Steelbook. I
Me too.
didn't hate it, but it wasn't
I
as
didn't
good
hate it.
as the last one.
Yeah.
It didn't do as much for me as Afterlife, but I think I'm gonna give it another fair shot.
It was fun.
He said, I don't watch the show, but I'm here just to hang out.
Oh, well, welcome.
Yeah, welcome. And we're on hanging out is fun. And we just do fun things and have a good time. So why not?
Yeah.
The first one is great. After rewatching the second one, I like part 2 is back to my number 1. Wow. Part 2 is number 1 now.
Number 2 is really awesome, man.
Back to the Future is really good. Number 2, I enjoy. As I said, for 20 years, I thought number 2 was my number 1, but then I gave number 1 again another watching for the last 17, 18, 19 years. Number 1's been number 1 for me again. And we got Danny up in here. Road to Wisdom. What's up?
What's up, man?
I was watching you guys yesterday on Chaos Central for a little bit.
That was fun. Yeah, you jumped in there.
Yeah,
that was fun. Danny had a good idea. Still a little bit theft from 33 burning questions. Had some good questions for us, and it was a better format because we have a lot of people keeping it structured. So I thought that was really good.
Yep. And speaking of, Chill did a random 33 burning questions this past weekend. So
I know that's what we were talking about. So he sent the thing, and I so wanted to be on. I was like, man, why am I at work? So I just watched the whole thing.
Yeah,
just watched it all.
Yeah, I didn't get a chance. I didn't get a chance to really watch it either, which really sucks. But I watched some of Chaos Central last night. Watch some of that. Hear you guys talking about it and stuff like that. About obviously the Acolyte. So, the good stuff, man. It's always fun. It's always fun hearing of it.
Danny had a great job of doing the whole thing, and then he's going to introduce his own thing that he's been doing. The Road to Wisdom, he's been doing that, but now he has another show that he kind of released today, which was good, different format, discussing different things. I think tonight was Nephilims, I believe that, and
wait, I'm gonna get something to drink. I'm thirsty.
Okay,
go ahead, B.
All right, right back.
But I thought that was pretty interesting that he was doing that. So shout out to you, Danny. Road to Wisdom. You guys get a chance, check him out.
Yeah, definitely check it out.
Yeah, I said, too bad we don't have those power lacing shoes. I mean, we got everything. They were right. What does he have?
I was talking about Back to the Future and stuff like that. So this is like an old goodie I have. So it's a hoverboard.
Yep.
It's just a little display, little thing. Actually, now that they have these things that float and spin 360, I might get it just for this. Like actually take it off of the acrylics here.
Yep.
And have it like spin around. But yeah, so hoverboard.
Very, very cool.
Old school futuristic. But yeah. I got all these little knickknacks and stuff.
So Ghostbusters 2 is underrated. I agree. I like Ghostbusters 2. People hate Ghostbusters 2.
I know. It was Ghostbusters. It was so good.
And
what's his name? What's his name? The neighbor. He it gets to be a Ghostbuster, but he has to jump on the bus and oh man, It's also good.
Oh my gosh!
It's,
So you're the bus driver?
like,
I don't think you
okay.
have your license. You know, Slimer.
Rick Moranis. Rick
Rick Moran-
Moranis.
Rick Moranis,
I was so hoping he was going to be in that last one.
I bet be.
Yeah, Rick Lewis.
Oh yeah, Lewis, exactly.
Oh yeah, he was great in Ghostbusters too. I was hoping he'd show up in Frozen Empire as well.
Yeah.
He
But
just
yeah,
gave up movies, so he
yeah,
did. And he's not
yeah.
gonna come back. He's good. He's with his family. I'm good. This is what I'm doing.
Mhm. Yep,
You know,
I respect it.
but they're
I'm
all
not
old,
even mad
right?
at it.
I mean, they're like adults now.
Now he got grandkids.
I guess. Of the grandkids.
But yeah, I liked Ghostbusters too. I know a lot of people didn't.
I like it. I still like it.
Yeah,
I don't care.
Mhm.
I like it.
Danny says, "This is crazy. The white man is consistently on BP time. Oh, happy day." I thought like I was here at like 9, and so I put "Be right back," but then I got back and no one was here still. So I was like, "Okay, well, I got this. It's all right. We can keep it going."
Yeah.
It's a great trilogy behind the original Star Wars trilogy.
Yeah.
Back to the Future and Ghostbusters. I think I like all 3 of them.
Mhm.
Of all
Well,
both of those series.
Ghostbusters is 4 now.
4 now. Yeah.
I would
Quadrilogy.
although shout out to Dave's show. So Dave's show did watched all 3 of them, and he did not like the first one. He's like, it's
Really?
overrated. It's not good. I was like, man, like, and it's such a classic. He was getting a lot of hate in the comments, which I never
Really?
yeah. But and he liked number 3 like a lot, and I was like, number 3 was really, really corny and cheesy, and not my favorite. It's the third worst, but the first one, I don't know. For me, it's like if it's on TV, I stop and watch it.
Oh yeah. When we say the third one, are we talking about the 2016 one or Afterlife?
Back
No,
to the Future.
Back to the
Back
Future.
to the Future.
Oh, Back to the Future. Oh, I thought we were on the top. Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I was over here stuck on Ghostbusters still.
Yeah.
I for as I was saying, for 2 decades, I like Back to the Future 2. That was my favorite one for 2 decades. And then I rewatched 1, and 1 became my number 1 again. But I don't hate 3 either. I don't care what anyone says. I don't mind. I don't mind the train. I don't mind any of this stuff. I don't mind 8. I don't mind any of it.
I enjoyed 3.
Yeah, it's fun and it's goofy.
I mean, all of it's goofy. It's Back to the Future.
Yeah. I mean, it is.
What's up,
Drew? What's up, man?
What's up?
But yeah, overall, it was a pretty consistently solid trilogy, I thought.
Like Mama Bear said, they were right on a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff.
Yeah.
And Danny's like, thanks for the promotion for the show. Thanks, man. Hey, you doing your thing. My job is to make sure everyone checks it out because he knows what he's doing, guys.
Yeah.
So, Ghostbusters 2 is fun. What's wrong with people? People just like to hate. I have no problem. Dude, I actually like the Statue of Liberty walking.
Oh, that was awesome.
I thought that was so cool.
Everywhere. I thought it was ingenious. I like it a lot.
Them yelling at the toaster and stuff like that.
Oh my god,
such a good.
I mean, Vigo.
Yeah.
Dude, that summer that came out was just an insane summer for movies. Summer 1989, because we had Ghostbusters, we had Back to the Future, Indiana Jones, the first Batman. What else in summer 89? Like that was like crazy summer for movies.
Let's see. Even Deuce Falco's in here said Back to the Future 2 is my favorite.
I like number 2 off right up there. So 1989, Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, Parenthood,
Honey, I Shrunk- yeah.
The Karate Kid Part 2, Weekend at Bernie's, Turner and Hooch, Dead Poet Society, Star Trek, Uncle Buck, When Harry Met Sally, Lethal Weapon 2. Like, damn, like those are like all of those are great movies.
Yeah.
I mean, those are all-time greats.
Wait, no, Uncle Buck didn't come out.
It had
I
to
just
be around
googled
that
it.
time.
Let me see.
Uncle Buck had to be around that time.
Yeah, 1889.
Yep.
Yeah, I just want to make sure.
1989. My only hard part about Back to the Future 3 is the hanging scene. Yeah, knowing it's almost ended to him. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
It almost he almost died.
Yeah.
Man, that's wild because in the first Mummy,
I was just going to say that.
Yeah, it almost killed.
Never happened.
Brendan Fraser too.
Mhm.
So he blacked out from it. Like they had to go over there and like oh shit, we killed the star of the movie. Yeah, and that's the shot they kept in the movie.
Yeah,
which is wild. So I'm like, I guess an actual hanging is
a bad idea. Yeah,
a bad idea. But yeah.
Bear says, I want a dancing toaster.
For real.
Said 35 years ago, 7 years before I was born. Oh man, we old.
Man, I am. This is a wild 1989. We Roadhouse, Pet Cemetery, License to Kill, The Abyss, Star Trek 5, The Final Frontier, Turner Hutchins, Field of Dreams, Rain Man, Great Balls of Fire, Young Einstein.
I remember Young Einstein.
Man, I had all those VHSs.
Earth Girls Are Easy. I remember that one.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, damn. Fright Night Part 2.
Great movies. Yep.
Yeah, damn. That is a year.
You know, as much as I love Fright Night, I always forget sometimes that they made a sequel to the original.
Yeah.
You're the one who bucks your Uncle Buck, Uncle Bucker.
Which I hate to admit because I absolutely adore Fright Night, the original.
With him, I don't remember the second one though.
Not too many people do.
Yeah, I guess so.
So Travis says, "How's it going? Unpopular, but Karate Kid 3 might be my favorite of the series. Well, without it, we wouldn't have all the stuff that we're getting from Cobra Kai."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even though I
good.
Oh, sorry. No, I was going to say, even though I wasn't a big fan of the next Karate Kid, I wouldn't be mad at them bringing back Hilary Swank for Cobra Kai.
I don't know if they're going to do it. I don't know if they're going to go that route. I wouldn't be mad, but I don't know if they're going to go that.
They don't
far
need
down
to.
the rabbit hole. They don't need to.
Yeah, I don't think they would.
Yeah. I was gonna say, like, going back and like looking at all three, like I think I like appreciated all three more now, especially after watching Cobra Kai, because I watched all three like not that long ago, like within the last year, and like they're super corny. They're very much of their time, but they're like pretty like fun movies though. And number 3 was pretty fun. I liked it.
All I know is that kick was illegal.
Yeah.
It was an illegal kick. Danielson should not have won.
Yeah.
Do you remember that video from years back about Karate Kid? Daniel is the real bully.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Yeah.
Obviously, yes.
Yeah. And I feel like How I Met Your Mother kind of reignited like the Karate Kid kind of thing.
Sure.
I remember it was kind of dead for such a long time, and then the inside joke of the real Karate Kid is not Danny,
Johnny.
He's like the actual, like, it was such a great inside joke, and then they get a chance to come on the show, which was even better. And like I just feel like it like maybe revamped Cobra Kai a little bit, not revamp, but like push it. Like, hey, maybe we could do something like that.
I could see that for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I think the 80s as I think of the 80s as a golden era, and the 90s as the aftermath, the 2000s as the beginning of Pixar era, and 2010s an MCU era. Here we are. I
I'll
can
say
understand
2010s. I would say superhero era. I mean, the MCU is obviously number one, but
Yeah,
2000s was kind of weird.
it's almost all Marvel lit on
Yeah.
2010s. They just did. It's
Mhm.
there's no one else that even can come close. That's why we're looking at San Diego Comic-Con and all the stuff that's going to come out from there, and it's still ruling. It's
Yeah.
still ruling.
It's gonna be the biggest thing. Like
And he's only
I
gonna
believe
talk
it's
for an hour.
Saturday night. I believe it's
Saturday
Saturday night is the Marvel thing.
from 6 to 7, I believe, for 1 hour.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. I think they're gonna live stream it or do something. I want to find a way to see if I can watch it, because if we can watch it, I wouldn't mind maybe
You
just, like,
will
being
not be
live.
around. I don't know what you're talking about.
If I don't have a baby on the way.
Mhm.
If I don't have a baby on the way.
My friend, guys, you don't understand. My friend just keeps on thinking he's going to be around. He won't
All
be.
week, bro. All weekend, I had like 3 scares, man. Or not scares, but
Mhm.
close
Yeah,
calls.
you think,
really?
think it's happening. Yeah, he thinks it's happening. Like, it's happening. And
Like all day Friday was like, I was telling my girlfriend, if the big IT thing didn't happen Friday, I think they would have
Mhm.
induced Friday. But like we got to the hospital and it was just madness. Just fucking madness. Like they just started getting back on track with the systems and shit. So
they're like,
yeah, if it wasn't for
no
that,
way.
they're like, yeah, no, you're going home. Which is cool for us because we didn't want it to be quite yet.
There you go. So I'm hoping Avengers 5 will save the MCU. I don't know. I think X-Men pretty much saved it. And I think Deadpool and Wolverine
Deadpool's
is
gonna
going
save
to put a different level. Like, man.
Yeah.
But what do you guys think about what the reports are saying that Avengers 5 is really going to be X-Men versus Avengers?
I don't believe it.
I don't
see it.
don't.
Why would you bring the X-Men in so fast? Like, it'd be
Yeah.
like wasting it almost.
Yeah, especially like dumping them in like all at once. That it sounds kind of ill-advised, kind of haphazard.
Yeah.
I mean, the Russos apparently it's not going to just be Avengers 5 and 6. They're going to be like consulted on everything that comes out between now. I mean, between like starting whenever they sign it and going to the future for like the next 8 years, they'll be consulted on all the movies.
So, are the Russos officially back?
I don't
Or are
think
they
they
still in talks?
officially.
The announcement is weird.
Yeah, I think they are back, but I don't think it's official yet. But
They don't know
back.
the capacity. They are back, but they don't know the capacity of what they're going to be back.
Yeah, and I wouldn't be surprised at San Diego Comic-Con is when they do the full announcement, like, oh, and directing Avengers 4. Well, one, they got to give Avengers 4 a new name, because it's not King Dynasty anymore.
Yeah,
is it 5?
5, right?
5.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, technically. Yeah, because Infinity War, Endgame were 3 and 4. So yeah, they have to give Avengers 5 a new name, and then Avengers 6, I believe they said that they're keeping Secret Wars.
Yeah, so Secret Wars is going to happen.
Yeah,
but the way they get there now is going to be changed.
Yeah.
But the reason why everyone's saying X-Men versus the Avengers is because of what's going to happen in Deadpool versus and Wolverine. You remember that thing I told you that the leftover X-Men are going to kind of form their own group to try to help save the world. That group will be the X-Men going against Avengers, because like it'd be 2 different groups of trying to save the world, not realizing they're on the same side, going against each other. You understand? So like we will see more, and we probably will know more after Deadpool and Wolverine, and we'll kind of know which way they're going. But I mean, the Russos have their own. They had their own pitch, and I heard they pitched X-Men versus versus the Avengers, and Feige didn't like it.
Yeah,
Feige wanted to hold off.
It's
But-
way too early.
You keep on losing, but you're losing all these directors for Avengers. So now the Avengers are looking like the Blade movie.
Mm.
And that's why he was like, okay, maybe we gotta bring back the Russo brothers because we need someone with some it to them, some
Mhm.
backing to them. So now, it kind of helps give us, what we really need. Because at first it was only going to be Joe Russo, I believe.
Oh,
And
really?
then-
I didn't hear that.
And then Anthony came along, afterwards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't like Avengers versus X-Men. Not yet. It's way too early. Because
Yeah,
we gotta have
it's-
the Avengers build up or X-Men build up.
Yeah, it's a matter of it's a question of timing with that. Yeah, you have to establish the new X-Men and build them up, and then you could do it.
Even I thought Civil War, when they first announced it, I'm like, really? You're gonna do Civil War this early on?
Mhm.
Although I would give it the props because it made sense in everything, like with what they were going for and how it all worked out in the end.
Yeah.
But
the same thing
I
can happen for
just-
this. The same thing can happen for this.
But to start the new era, the new like phase in Marvel, or the new saga, whatever they want to dub it. I don't know. Because then it's like, then are you going to use the same X-Men from the Fox universe? Because
Some of them.
they
So
kind of
this
suck
group,
ass.
this group they're going to cherry pick people. So
which
X-23
group,
is
though?
going to lead it. So X-23 is going to be in there.
Yeah.
Wolverine, Hugh Jackman will be part of it. So Deadpool will be part of that group too. They
Mhm.
will cherry pick certain people from it, and that's what I think is going to happen. So
Yeah.
I don't know if I like it still. I'm explaining it like I'm all for it. I'm not sure I like it at all.
No.
But they're going
Yeah.
to frame this movie as in that all these X-Men that the ones they wanted have been sitting there for and how it's going to connect with Loki and all that stuff. They've been sitting there for ages waiting for this time. And then that's how they're going to come together and do these things.
I don't know. I'm not sold on it, but I mean, I'm not saying you can't sell me on it either.
I have to see.
Yeah.
I need more evidence. I need to see how it goes. But at least I'm excited about the options that they have.
Yeah.
Now
I think I need to see Deadpool and Wolverine first, and then they can start pitching ideas.
Yeah.
After the
I mean, we
movie.
got that
All right.
Fantastic Four saves the MCU. I don't know, but Fantastic Four movie is going to be interesting. So like, we got Deadpool and Wolverine. We have all the street level stuff that's going to come out. We got Daredevil. We got Fantastic Four, and all of them have to funnel towards this Avenger 5 thing.
Mhm.
So
I think Fantastic Four will go in Avengers 6 because Fantastic Four is not even based in our universe,
but
or
neither,
in
Yeah.
the, let's say our
Neither-
main universe.
neither will the X-Men.
Yeah,
So
Which is the smartest route they can go to,
Yeah, but then,
to reintroduce them.
how would you do that in?
incursions to say it. This is a
Incursions,
giant
yeah.
incursion.
That's the first time you're gonna do an X-Men movie. Is that them versus? That's why I was like, it doesn't make sense.
But
Like,
it's not going to be like the X-Men as we thinking. Like, it's not going to be, Cyclops or well, I guess they will have Wolverine, but or Gambit or anything like that. They're going to have a certain people. They're going to have mutants, not necessarily the X-Men that we are thinking of X-Men 97. But there will be people that Kitty Pryde, baby. So like things like that. So I don't know.
yeah, I don't know.
I'm not sold on that. I'm just saying that
Yeah,
that's
I'm
stuff
not
that
sold
could be
at
going on.
all.
Yeah. Yeah, I heard they want Stark as Doom. Victor Von
I
Doom.
heard
Which
that.
I heard about that too. I think that's a silly idea.
I think it's terrible.
Yeah.
I was about to
Yeah.
Campia talk about it. I mean, cool, but no, it just wouldn't work out. because I think one of his dudes behind the desk, Jonathan, I think his name is, said, then you're gonna wait for his redemption arc. And I'm like, that's exactly why it won't work. You're gonna have Tony Stark be the bad guy. What if he went bad, instead of becoming good, and then people are gonna wait for the redemption arc? Well, when does he become good again? And then you ruin Doctor Doom at that point. So
yeah, why would you
be
why would
a villain always? You do not redeem Doctor Doom.
yeah, he's no at like yeah, he's a full on villain. At best, sometimes he's an anti-hero when it comes to wanting to protect Latveria, but that's like the best I can say about him. More often than not, he's just a villainous. But yeah, why would you, why can't Doom just be Doom? Why would he need to be Tony Stark, or why would Robert Downey Jr. need to play some like variant or something like that? It's just a dumb idea.
Well, right here with Deuce Falco. So that announcement screams desperation. Asking Tony Stark to be, or Robert Downey Jr. to be Victor Von Doom is screaming desperation, meaning you can't find Cillian Murphy who turned it down. All these other people turned it down. So you can't find an A-list actor to do it, and Victor Von Doom has to be an A-list actor.
Yeah.
You have
Somebody's
to
gonna stick around for a while.
But dark and tall and carries a scene just being there. You have to be those things, and there's not a long list of people that could do that.
Let's Deuce is talking about the announcement of the Russo brothers, because I know they came up a while ago.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, but even then, that's still trying to figure all this stuff out.
Yeah, well, just because
So that announcement says to me that they recognize some directors are better for the MCU than others. Looking at you, Taika.
Yeah, the Russos, they've already delivered a multitude of times, so they're the safest bet. Granted, I was interested in the prospect of new blood coming in for an Avengers movie, but the Russos haven't let me down with anything Marvel related that they've done. So, they're the safest bet at this point.
Yeah, and they want to do it, and they understand how to do it. I'm cool with it.
I don't know. Everyone keeps them down talking Taika. In my opinion, just my opinion. Thor Ragnarok is one of my top 5 or 6 favorite MCU movies.
I love Ragnarok. I just think he
went too far, and you need to bring him back in, but doesn't mean Taika doesn't work in the MCU. I just think that if you kept him on a leash, like you keep him, don't go this far. This is how far as you can go.
Yeah, he flew off the handle a lot with Love and Thunder. There's some cool ideas in there. Like I've said multiple times, I think like the first 5 minutes of it were awesome. I was hoping he'd kind of run with that tone that was set with some humor here and there, kind of like Ragnarok. But I think he was just kind of too focused on the wrong things, like the screaming goats, and just kind of making Thor a bit of a. If we're being honest, he made Thor a bit of a goober.
Yeah, the buffoonery. I think that's why Thor cannot be a buffoon all the time. It's literally like taking Superman and making him a buffoon.
Yeah.
The butt of
he it's too bad because I wish Taika, just from an acting standpoint too, I wish Taika made the movie that Christian Bale had thought he was in, because he was one of the best things about that movie for the bit part that he had.
They should have did better. No more naked superhero booty, please. Okay, where we at? So no matter what Marvel Studios announced at San Diego Comic-Con, people are still going to complain.
Oh, count on it.
Yeah,
that's just the ebb and flow of it.
Yeah, but you can't make everyone happy unless you release X. And unless they say we're bringing back Bo DeMeo
Even then, I guarantee people still might bitch and moan because they're like, oh no, blah blah blah. You know, like there's always gonna be people bitching and moaning.
All they gotta do is go and have him walk out. I think everyone will be okay with it. So, well, this is a good idea, but why did you get rid of him in the first place? That was the only bad thing.
Yeah. I don't think you could bring back Bo without
explaining what the hell why you got rid of him.
Yeah. So, I mean, we don't need or deserve an answer, but I think as a fan base, we always look for stuff like that. Yeah. I wouldn't mind if they bring him back and they're like, well, he's not doing X-Men 97. He's gonna do the X-Men movie, and he's the writer, for the X-Men movie. Like, that'd be awesome.
That would be
cool. That would be awesome.
I would like that.
Yeah. But yeah.
What song do you think Deadpool picks for his lineup of X-Men scenes? I'll tell you, that's it. He's literally you're gonna hear him going around. Ryan Reynolds going like on the side scene. So like you're looking at Logan, and you're just gonna hear this. I'm telling you, this is going to happen.
I
can see it.
At least the soundtrack.
Yeah, they put like an entire soundtrack listing.
Yeah, and there's some interesting ones on there. There's it's the Only You. Let's see if I can make it bigger. Oh, here we go. Yeah, Only You and You Alone. The Platters. Bye 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 NSYNC. Angel of Morning. Which is Russian Turnabout. Slash. Iris, the Google Dolls. So like definitely like late 90s. The Power of Love. I'm a Rambling Man. You Belong to Me. The Lady in Red. I'm With You. That's an Avril Lavigne song.
Yeah.
The one that gets me kind of interested, I'm really, really interested, is The Greatest Show from The Greatest Showman.
That's
is on that list. And yeah.
They're gonna play. They're gonna play Lady in Red when Lady Deadpool walks out.
Yeah.
Easily.
Yeah. I just wonder, because technically Zendaya's in the MCU and she was in that movie, so it's like does Zac Efron and Zendaya like come out or something? Like, I don't know. Like, I think that'd be kind of funny. The Greatest Showman, I'm not a big fan of musicals, but The Greatest Showman, I really enjoyed. I had a really good time watching Greatest Showman.
That's Hugh Jackman.
Very picky.
That's him.
Yeah. I'm very picky when it comes to musicals, but I did like The Greatest Showman.
It was really good.
He is a musical guy, a Broadway guy. That's what he is, and then just happened to be Wolverine.
Yeah, but I thought that one was interesting. Make Me Lose Control. You're All I Need to Get By. Good Riddance. Green Day. And then it says LFG, which is the theme song for Deadpool and Wolverine. So it's an interesting lineup of songs for sure.
I'm sure there's gonna be some hidden gems in there.
Yeah. But Bye 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 to Lady in Red to a Hugh Jackman song in from a musical he did to like Green Day. It was like, what? Just, like, what? Oh, you're the one that I want, like Grease song. Like, what?
You the one that one?
Yeah.
It's gonna be them both looking in the Corvette as it goes off into the next incursion.
Starts flying for no reason. Yeah. So that is interesting.
Kevin says Deadpool and Wolverine is going to be a success for Marvel Studios. It's not. That's understating it.
Yeah.
$1 billion.
Does it? Here's my real question. Is it immediately the third best movie to come out this year? Will it immediately jump to 3 as far as box office? And what I mean is, so Despicable Me right now is third with 577 million. Let's assume Despicable Me makes another 30 million this weekend. Okay, it's been doing about that. So it's at 600 million. Does Deadpool and Wolverine make $600 million worldwide this weekend. Is that even possible?
This weekend, I'm not sure.
How much did you say?
600 million. Now,
In one
everyone's
weekend,
saying about
worldwide.
between 450 and 500 in one weekend. That's what they're saying.
I mean, even that's like a lot. You know, 600 is crazy
Yeah.
worldwide.
I think we come back and it's
Is
going to be.
it getting a China release? I think
Ooh,
it
that's
is.
a good
Right?
question. I think it makes sense
I
if
think
it
it
does,
is.
because I think that's why they're coming up with this big number.
Yeah, I think it is because I think they released a trailer. Yep. Deadpool Wolverine will enjoy a release in mainland China cinemas on July 26th, simultaneous with the North America outing. So it's coming out this weekend as well. Minimal cuts, which is interesting because usually they like to cut and edit a lot, but it says minimal. So, oh man, yeah, with China, it might do really well. It might kill it worldwide.
If
weekend.
China comes back and they do $120 million in China, I think they're going to do 250 domestically. Can the rest of the world do another $200 million? I don't know if they can. Because that's what it'll take to hit that number.
It's gonna be interesting.
That would be. Can you imagine that though? Like we coming back here on Monday, and talking about it made $600 million.
Right?
that would be ludicrous. Oh my god!
I wouldn't be shocked, but I would be like, damn. Wow.
Be in awe of it. Just in awe. Like, how?
Yeah. That's wild.
Yeah, Danny in here. Did y'all see Campia clip I sent you today? He talks about supposed announcements of Comic-Con. The top 3 are Doctor Strange, Black Panther 3, Doctor Strange 3, Black Panther 3, and the Midnight Suns. So actually, I watched the entire John Campia thing, the show where he talked about all this stuff.
That's from last week, I believe, like sometime last week.
So no, so this recently, I think this is today's show. There was a guy who said, I know exactly what Marvel's going to announce. And he says, I have the exact rundown for what everything is.
Mm-hmm.
And they talked about, does this make sense or not make sense? Will this happen?
Oh, yeah.
It's like Thor 5 was one of them. Of course, talk about the Russo brothers. They said they're going to delay Blade just one more year. And it probably come out April of 2026. And then they said, like, does that make sense? They'll say anything about delay for Blade unless they're saying they have a director already, because they don't have a director right now.
Yeah.
So I mean,
you only touch Blade. Yeah, you only touch Blade if you have a director, or and or a writer. Otherwise you kind of like, wait, what? No,
I think you need both. You need both and Mahershala Ali there.
Yeah, I'm surprised Mahershala Ali has stuck it out this long. Everyone else has abandoned shit.
Feige said today he guaranteed Blade will be rated R. Yep. It's going to be rated R. Don't worry about it.
Oh yeah, it has to be. Yeah,
and it didn't have to be because What's His Name was PG-13.
They were R. All 3 were R.
All 3. I think
all 3.
I know the first one. I know the first one was for sure. After that, I'm not sure.
Mm-hmm.
But but I mean, Feige said it. The previous one, was R, and he wanted to keep it where he's like, that's where it belongs. That's its home, or something like that.
I mean, how you kill people and not people cut off people's heads?
They're not people.
Yeah,
they're monsters. And that was the thing that Campia said, and I've heard it many, many times. Even from when we were kids watching cartoons, it's like, oh, you can kill as many robots, as many monsters, as many, gremlins or whatever. You can kill as many of those, but you can't kill people. That was like the big thing, that's always been around since we were kids. So you can kill a shit ton of vampires. They're vampires. So, and that's how you get away with a lot of the PG-13. You kill robots. You kill things that are not human. So,
Mm, mm.
but I believe the rated R. I think they were still rated R because they were very, very violent.
All three of them were R.
Yeah, very, very violent. So
I don't know. Blade 3 wasn't that violent. It was too stupid.
It's trash.
It was just
So
too
much
stupid
stuff
to be
behind
good.
this. So much stuff behind the scenes of that movie happened too. Like a movie about the making of that movie would have been
I wouldn't mind that.
something that I'd like to see.
What's just nice would never allow it. All right, said I think Liv Shriver could pull a Doom. I think Gerard Butler could do it. Sewell, Jeffrey Dean Morgan, Mark Strong, and a few others could pull off Doom. I don't think Gerard Butler
Rufus
could do
Sewell
it.
is it. Yeah,
I don't think Liv Shriver could do it as Doom.
I could see Rufus Sewell.
Sewell, Jeffrey D. Morgan, I can't. Mark Strong, I can't. I can see
I
Mark
can see
Strong.
Mark Strong and I can see Rufus Sewell. I can
But
see
Mark
both of
Strong
them.
always plays a really good bad guy. Like when he was Sinestro in the Green Lantern movie, that blew my fucking mind because I was like,
Yeah,
you did that perfectly. Like,
he was such a he was such a great choice for Sinestro.
You know,
but he's too
always
old.
a bad guy.
He's too old to be. Well, I guess he doesn't have to be because he's 60 and Pedro Pascal is what 52.
Man,
I think he's like 49.
In a mask. Yeah,
he might be 49. He might be, and maybe 60 is too old. Maybe 60 is too old.
Is that how old Mark Strong is?
Yeah, Mark Strong is 60.
Damn, really? Yeah.
All you gotta do is shave your hair, then you never know.
I don't know. I always confuse him and Stanley Tucci. Like,
I can see
they
that.
look exactly the same, except one wears glasses. Well, I think one's British, right, and the other one's not.
Yeah, Stanley Tucci's American. Mark Strong's English.
Yeah. But even in the spy one with Egerton, I can't think of it. The Kingsman. In the first one, I'm like, oh, Mark Strong is gonna betray him somehow. He's the bad guy, just because I'm so used to him being the bad guy, and he's such a good bad guy. And right off the bat, I'm like, he's the bad guy. He's the bad guy. It's Mark Strong. He's the bad guy. And I was obviously wrong. Which I even watching number 2, I thought he was gonna still be the bad guy.
But I think even the thing with Rufus Sewell, I think it's the same thing. He's too old.
Well,
he's too old
at this point. Yeah.
Wait, how old is Cillian Murphy?
He's like 47, 48.
I think he's exactly the right age.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah.
48. He's the same age. They'll be in the same class. That makes sense. And he has that dead look to him. Like, I'm telling you, that look just changes everything.
Yeah. I think Liv and Gerard, they're too rugged. You know what I mean? They're too just beefy, rugged dudes. You know, same thing with Jeffrey Dean Morgan. They're too like I don't say dirty, but like
you can see them being like a military guy, a Marine. You can see him being a Marine, and Victor Von Doom needs to be Mark Strong, high society type of guy.
Exactly. Mark Strong is a high society guy that like he goes, oh no, I pay the people to go to space, you know, and shit like that. Yeah.
Mama Bear likes that. Says Mark Strong will be a great Doom. Oh, Dark Rooms is in here. He gave us a super sticker.
Yeah, what's up, dude?
Appreciate it.
I need to see what I got my other thing up to see what kind of sticker it is. Appreciate it, Dark Room. Also, go check out Dark Rooms, man. He's doing so much cool stuff over on his channel.
I was watching his reviews. I like the way he does his stuff. It was really good.
Well, he does like so a bunch of other like cool stuff where like I think he did like theater pet peeves. That was like super like fun because there's a lot. Yeah.
Almost slapped someone this weekend. I was like, you got one more time to say one more thing during this damn movie.
Yeah.
Having full out, not comments, but like full out conversation. I was like, look, I got it one time. I looked at him. I was like, look, don't make me get up again. Yeah, I'm that guy.
Yeah. So definitely go check out Dark Room Reviews. He's getting some more reviews. That's not bad. Pretty close to 400. So I got to give him to 400. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, that's what I'm like. He did something I like. He did the Ninja Turtles and the Power Rangers like reviews, which was awesome. Love those.
That's
So,
awesome.
yeah. Appreciate it. Oh, we got to play something for him. What you got? Oh, you know what? I never got to use this enough during the Acolyte. So I'm going to use this now because I just think it's funny.
It's okay that mine's not movie quality.
You know what I really want? We need to get that clip from was it Billy Madison? Anzo and Danny had it. I was so jealous. I was
Which
so mad.
I mean, just,
So the answer, it's like no. At no point in that incoherent rambling was it even a coherent thought.
yeah. Yeah.
Everyone in this room is now dumber for this answer.
Yeah. I love Billy Madison is one of my all-time favorite movies. I wind up quoting it so much that even my girlfriend's like, when we first started dating, she goes, "The fuck you saying?" And I'm like, I always say like, "Stop laughing at me, Swan." Yeah. Or "Stop looking at me, Swan." She's like, "What the fuck is that from?" I'm like, Billy Madison. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a few other clips I wanna get, but yeah, I'll add that to the list.
All right. Yeah, then
Appreciate it.
Man said, I actually want Wesley Snipes back as Blade. Am I wrong? I want him as a cameo.
I can see Secret Invasion or Secret Wars. I mean, Secret Wars. I think it'd be cool.
Would you be surprised if what if Wesley Snipes is one of the people that's in the group for in Deadpool Wolverine?
I'd be cool with it.
Yeah,
I like that.
So I can see that, and that could almost be a precursor to Midnight Suns or something like that.
You gotta find a way to kill him and bring in the new Blade, though.
We usually have a variant.
Mm-hmm.
Just have them in two different worlds, two different universes.
Yeah.
Can't kill things that aren't human. Stormtroopers are thinking, what the hell? What the fuck? Well, you guys don't really kill anything because every time you shoot, I mean, you miss. You be right in front of them.
I know, right?
Pew, pew, pew. So now we'll never get a Green Lantern movie. Well, we'll have the show.
Yep.
The show
sounds like it.
Sounds
great. Show sounds like it has the potential to be awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's gonna lead into a movie eventually, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You hope so. Because I thought the idea of Guy Gardner being in Superman, I think that's actually a bad thing because you don't want Green Lantern to be in the Hulk.
Yeah.
Yeah, add on to different movies.
Yeah. But like now, because I'm in a bunch of Green Lantern groups, and we were talking about that, picture and kind of the leaked premise, is I can't think of his name. The guy that Pedro Pascal played in Wonder Woman.
Maxwell Lord.
Maxwell Lord is gonna have like this like group of people, like heroes for hire almost,
Mm-hmm.
So Hawkgirl and all that. So they have very generic kind of outfits, where it's like, oh, we can save you for $100, like, oh, we'll send you a bill or some shit like that, So and if you're gonna do that with a Green Lantern, Guy Gardner is the perfect Green Lantern to do that with.
Yes,
he's an asshole anyway. So,
and if you're gonna do Guy Gardner, Nathan Fillion is the perfect person.
Yeah, I mean, he's voiced Green Lantern a bunch of times, in some of the animated movies and stuff like that. So, yeah.
So Pedro Pascal played a 30-year-old Joel at one point.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Gerard Butler would kill it as Doom. He is very versatile. Think he's too cool. Or too,
He's too cool. That's exactly what it is. I know it sounds stupid, but yeah. He's too badass.
Exactly. He's just you believe him, like you believe he could go kill 50,000 people and be a Marine and or protect the president and like kill everybody in the White House and it just be him left. Totally believable. He just got that look to him. I don't know if he could be Victor Von Doom because you want to be someone who's just
you know who'd be a great one, and he's young. I can't. He's in Suits. He's like one of the main characters in Suits. Like he already playing a dickhead like rich guy, so just have him be a dickhead rich guy in Marvel Universe.
Is it the lead Gabriel Mock or whatever his name is?
Am
I thinking of the right guy?
Is it him? I think. Yeah, I think that's him. Yeah. Oh man, really? The picture they show me, he has like this beard and shit. But yeah, him.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he's like the first guy that popped in my head, and I'm like, yeah, Gabriel. Was it?
However you say his last name. Mock.
Yeah, how you say that? I don't know. I was like, I don't want to let you guys say that.
Mock. Yeah, that's him. Yeah, I think he would be pretty good.
I'd be good with it.
Shit, he's 52. God damn.
Everyone is old. That's the problem.
Damn, I'm thinking he's like early 40s. You know. Damn, he's 52. Shit.
Yeah,
but I think he'd be a good one.
I was thinking like someone like Matthew Good or something like that.
Matthew Good would be good. No pun intended.
I like that he's the age that you're looking for. I think Matthew Good would be a really good one for me.
He's got a good look for the part too.
Exactly.
Heck, he's got kind of like the debonair nature, for like the, he sold us on that in like the 2 minutes he had at the end of Abigail.
Wasn't he? Was he Ozymandias?
He was Ozymandias, yeah.
And Watchmen, like, and like that almost that uppity, looking down on you. That's what I'm thinking. Like, you had that part.
Yeah. Watchmen and Abigail are like good points as to why he could be a good Doom.
Yeah, most of the time he'd be in the armor and the mask. So
yeah.
Because this is not going to be of them forming them, so that's a good point. This is not you're not forming, a Victor Von Doom. Von Doom's been around, so that's a very good point by Danny. So Gerard Butler does not take any movies above a C- rating.
Oh, you didn't like Gamer?
That's so good. Dark Rose says, honestly, waiting for the summer to be over. I don't like the heat. You could fast forward the football season as soon as Deadpool Wolverine comes out. After that, you can just fast forward. I'm good.
Take that a little personally as someone who absolutely loves summer.
I hate the summer. I don't like being hot.
Yeah, I love summer.
I'm 100% a fall person. 100% a fall person. Like, give me a sweater. I can do sweater all the time. V-neck sweaters. That's me.
Although I mean, I can't blame Brand Man. I mean, like if I had like a 12
walks around with no shirt all day.
It's like if I can walk around with no shirt on all day, like I like summer too.
I don't know, man, because you know what? I can halfway walk around with no shirt on and be fine, but I still get hot. Just like I got hair and all that stuff. I don't need all that. It's too much. I don't like sweating. I don't like. I don't like having my raw back on leather, and then let leather be hot. It's the worst thing in the world. No, I'm good. I'm too old for this.
Yeah. Yeah. Once it gets above 75, I'm done. I don't want it.
You need to be in Canada then. What up, T? How you doing, man?
Hey, T. How you doing, man?
Nice man says, I award you no points, and may God have mercy on you.
Oh man,
Tony in the building. Spoiler King's on the scene. Hey, Tony Robinson on the scene. That's what we say.
Yeah.
Kevin says, Joker, DC's Joker Folie Deux trailer coming out tomorrow.
I heard about that.
I saw that. Yeah.
If you DC, you gotta do something. Can't let Marvel just run everything. There is a trailer that dropped today, and I'm wondering if they'll react to it.
Joker trailer. I'm gonna look up the trailer.
So, I mean, the only thing that we haven't done is react to the Deadpool one, and the reason I'm not pushing that is because I don't want Brandman to have to leave because he says he's done. He doesn't want anything else. He wants to just go
me
in
neither.
blind.
I'm kind of pissed. They announced Beetlejuice too.
I'm all for that one too. Yeah. People were crying, crying during the trailer. I don't even want to see it, but people were literally crying during the trailer of the Deadpool. The last trailer drop.
Yeah, I'm like, there's one more week to go. Like, just kind of keep a lid on it at this point.
Yeah,
people were crying.
I mean,
I don't even know what it's about.
Royals. Well, I mean, they show. I mean, fuck. I'm looking right now, and I already saw X-23. So I was like, shit, man. I
already knew X-23 was going to be there, but I'm not. I already knew that. We know that for 6 months.
But I haven't seen the clip. I don't want to. Yeah, I don't want to watch it.
I'm not watching it. We can watch it on Thursday after we already saw the movie.
Yeah.
The Marvel Studios focus still going to be on TV shows on Disney Plus. They need to do something better.
Nah. I don't think we'll get any Disney Plus stuff at Comic-Con. Disney Plus stuff is going to be at D23 in August.
And because you only have 1 hour, so why focus on something that's not making money?
Yeah, they're going to do. If we get a Disney Plus thing, it might be on the big screen with the timeline shit. But I think they're going to focus on at least Comic-Con. They're going to focus on.
I think you get focus on Agatha. I do think you get Agatha. I think they will.
Yeah. Throw a trailer. Just to hype it up a little bit to get a trailer out there.
So I can see that happening. But you guys hear about Apple TV?
No.
Plus whatever.
No.
That they're tired of losing money and they're taking the budget and they're cutting it in half.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn.
They're tired of losing money and there's like Apple TV's we're not going to continue to lose this much money because they're only a $2 trillion company, so they can't afford to lose a couple $100 million. So whatever. So they're cutting the budgets on all these great shows. And
I didn't hear about that.
Expect things to be canceled soon.
Yeah, because they just released the trailer for season 2 of Penchico, I think.
Penchico?
Yeah. Season 1 was great, and the trailer just dropped was it today? I think I saw it today. So, yeah.
Something
so
they have
really good
this
stuff.
weekend too.
Really good stuff. But the thing is, I mean, the Apple TV Plus is definitely losing that money, and I think they want to become a legit studio, and they already like dedicated like billions of dollars into the film side of making movies, so yeah.
We have 2,000 billions.
Yeah,
that's how much money you have. Okay,
Apple's insane. We might need to
I'm
skip
very pessimistic about anything DC as a TV because one, CW ruined it for me, and two, most of the time I think superhero stuff should be movies because the budget constraints cause bad CGI. I don't think House of Dragon has bad CGI.
What is he talking about? Like DC?
Yeah. He's talking about DC, Warner Brothers, but I'm just saying those are all under the same umbrella, right? So those are it's a TV show and it's still within Warner Brothers, and I don't think it has bad CGI. I think it depends on if you take the time for it.
Yeah, like Flash, they were done with that movie and they weren't going to spend any more money or time in whatever CGI was left. I think, and I think that's what Brian said too. So yeah.
So they were done.
CW was, but CW was. It's always good at the beginning, and then it just craps out. Superman show is the only thing that hasn't fully crapped out, but it's
because it hasn't had 9 seasons. I mean, The Flash was fine for the first 6 seasons, and then they did 789.
yeah. But this is the last Superman Lois.
This last season, right?
Yeah.
So Kevin says, I wouldn't be shocked or surprised if the Acolyte gets renewed for season 2 at D23. or at Star Wars Celebration in Japan. That's
D23.
probably going to happen after I've heard everyone else loving it, and
Mhm.
some people hate it and some people love it. And if it's polarizing, you're gonna get season 2.
When is Star Wars Celebration?
I don't know, top of my head.
Yeah. Because if Star Wars Celebration is too far out, then they'll probably do T23. Yeah, they're talking about 2025. So, yeah. April 18th to 20th is 2025. Nah, they'll do it to D23
They'll do it
probably.
much earlier than that. If they wait that long, then everyone will forget.
Yeah.
Said Mock, that's him.
Yeah.
Said he's too pretty. Doom is scared. Doom is actually very handsome before he becomes Doom. He's ruggedly handsome and stuff like that. Like he's in a different way. He's definitely like British type of like, but like has all his stuff together, like no hair out of his place and everything. I always feel like that's what you get. You want someone like that, and then that becomes this awful person.
Mhm.
Like it's like that. He's terrible inside, and then the inside gets put on the outside, and that's what you get, from him.
Oh my god. Oh, I gotta show you guys this real quick. I'm just going through trailers and stuff, and this just made me laugh. That one right there.
Oh, yeah, I saw that earlier. I saw that.
Obviously, it's a fake trailer. It's not a real trailer. I just laughed so hard.
I saw the trailer.
I'm looking at it. I'm like, that's kind of funny.
I saw that.
Yeah,
I saw that a couple of days ago.
That's funny. There's your BP3.
The slapper. Universal Pictures Twisters will do well at domestic box office international. That's where it's questionable.
It already did well. It did $80 million.
Oh, so it did $40 million for it internationally. 40 million. So Twisters made 124, almost 125 million dollars the first weekend. $80 million, $81 million is domestically. $43 million is international.
Mm.
So,
No. It made 81 domestic.
That's what I said.
It made
and 43 international.
Yeah. Well, that's why I was like, just the 81 domestic is good enough. The international didn't even matter at that point. International is just a cherry on top.
Yeah, but he said Universal Pictures Stills will do well at domestic box office. International is where it's questionable. I don't know how questionable it is if he's already made $40 million first weekend.
I get why you would say it's questionable because it's very an American kind of problem, Central American, Midwestern kind of thing. But it's a disaster movie, man. And I think international markets usually like disaster, movies for the most part. And it's a good one. And we got to get to the review in a little bit of it, but having a good, well-made disaster movie,
right?
It's gonna do well. Not no San Andreas.
Twister should have been on Twister soundtrack.
Let's
go. I was listening to Twister today when I was lifting. Today. Let's go.
Nice. Nice.
I could do this all day.
Yeah. I believe real quick that the Twisters, the 81 million opening is the third highest opening of the year. Which is kind of wild.
Is
like
it?
Well, from Twisters, like no one expected
that's
movie.
The third highest million? Because
the third highest opening weekend.
So Despicable Me was higher, right?
Pull it up. No.
I know Inside Out was definitely higher.
Yeah, Inside Out at a crazy. Yeah, Inside Out opening. Opening was 154. Yeah.
And that's why. And what was Despicable Me for?
I think it's Despicable Me 4 had 75, so it had more than Despicable Me 4, and it was Godzilla vs Kong was at 80, so it beat it by a million.
And Dune?
Let's see where Dune's at. Dune had 82, so it barely lost to Dune. So it barely beat out Godzilla and barely lost to Dune, and then it wasn't even close to. Yeah, I mean, obviously, after Deadpool comes out, it's going down the list. After Moana comes out, it's going down the list. After Mufasa comes out, it's going down the list. But as of right now, it's the third biggest opening weekend. From a movie that people like, I think didn't really care. They're like, it's gonna be stupid. So
it was not.
It was not.
Fun fact: Gamers Editors is the same editor who edited the Resident Evil, the final chapter. If you can watch the movie without getting a seizure, I'll give you $100. Let's see. Rebel Moon. Yeah, that's another one. Yeah.
That's the trailer that came out today.
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah. I didn't even watch it yet.
No.
If the stormtroopers turn their guns sideways, maybe they'll be able to hit their targets.
That's funny.
I get the feeling that Deadpool is not going to be as good as promoted. Deadpool 2 was disappointing for a lot of people.
Deadpool 2 was another one that I liked quite a bit.
Not only did I like that, I think this movie is going to be epic. I really do believe this is going to be an epic movie.
Yeah, I think we find out tomorrow. No, tonight is the red carpet event, right? I believe
the red carpet. Yeah,
yes, tonight.
Yeah, so well, but then again, also the red carpet viewers always like overhype it. Like they overhyped Thor: Love and Thunder. Like it's so good. It was like,
and I was like,
yeah. But all the early screeners, I heard people loved it in China. They loved it.
People that saw the first 30 minutes all loved it.
Yeah. So
Mm-hmm.
I think it's gonna be pretty good. I think it's gonna be pretty good. And from what I understand, this trailer that came out yesterday or whatever, the last trailer, I guess it's more of a serious tone to it.
People were crying watching it.
Yeah.
Crying.
So, and that's what they want to do. They're like, it's not just goofy Deadpool, potty humor. We're gonna have some serious like stuff to it. So,
if you're dealing with Logan,
I don't know what happens,
you have to. If you're dealing with Logan and X-23, you have to. And what she's like blames him. How dare you not come back for me? How did I can imagine.
Yeah, it depends on what she knows, and she might know that's not him. Yeah, but,
that could be even worse.
Yeah.
So Apple doesn't make fast food TV, and people are too impatient to sit through their shows.
That is really, really spot on.
And people don't want to spend spend extra money. It's now if you're not one of the big five, I don't think they're going to. Your streaming service just doesn't work. You don't believe me? Ask Paramount.
Yeah. Also, and I'm pretty patient when it comes to waiting for the next season. 3 years. 3 years I waited for Severance season 2.
Severance.
Like, goddamn, man. Like, shit. So I was like, you need to speed it up just a little bit.
Xavier, what's up? Glad you in here.
Hey,
man.
what's up?
Said Twisters is a solid summer blockbuster film. Hopefully Deadpool doesn't stomp on it too hard.
Yeah, it's gonna be a big old drop. It's gonna be like a 65-70% drop. I think it's gonna be a big drop.
That's only if I don't even know how it wouldn't be. It just won't be enough theaters.
Yeah.
Do you guys think Daphne Keane will be brought over into the MCU?
I hope so.
I think she does at least 2 or 3 movies. 2 or 3 movies.
She's super young. She's a fan favorite. People love her. She has a little bit of a following just from her, being in Logan, being his Dark Materials. She's really good in his Dark Materials.
I really like her.
Acolyte, but we don't know.
A fucked up show. Yeah, people loved her in the Acolyte. They really liked her character until they killed her.
I mean, that was only episode 3.
Yeah, I know. No,
4. It was
That's
5.
5.
It was 5.
She got them so 5.
She was only in 3 episodes.
Yeah, that's yeah. So I mean, I think she'll stick around. I think she'll stick around for a little bit. Yeah. Wow.
X-Men First Class film ranking: X-Men, X-Men Last Stand, Wolverine, Logan, X-Men 2, X-Men First Class, X-Men Apocalypse, and X-Men Dark Phoenix.
Is that your personal ranking?
Whose
Or
ranking
just
is that?
money-wise?
Because yeah, it must be money wise because Logan is shits on all that.
Yeah.
Logan shits on all the rest of the stuff that we got at X-Men. All
Yeah.
of it.
It should be Logan number 1, and then you start. At
You should go
like 9.
dot.
Yeah. Number 7. Yeah.
Like the number 2 movie should not even be in the top 5. Like Logan should be 1 through 5. And then you put a space at 6 just for Logan, just in case they want to go further. And then you go to 7.
Yeah.
All right. Do you guys think Skydance will rebrand Paramount Plus, give it a new name, or sell it off?
Probably sell it off.
Yeah, I could see them selling it off.
Yeah. Shut it down and sell whatever shows to whatever companies.
I don't know. It depends on how much money they make off Star Trek. Because when you look at Paramount, when you go on their stuff, 80% of their library is Star Trek. Like,
Yeah. It is.
it's like Star
It is.
Trek shows all.
I wouldn't be surprised if they start ending some of the current shows, because even some of the current shows I think are 3-4 seasons deep, right?
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean,
Not one that's
Discovery.
like brand new. Discovery's got to be what,
New
3?
Worlds. Strange New Worlds is the new one.
That's the newest one, but even that's like what, 2 seasons, 3 seasons
I
in?
think it's season 2. I want to say it's season 2.
So I wouldn't be surprised if they start possibly cutting, or even maybe something like that, they shop it around to somebody else. Because I guarantee, like, you're like, hey, who wants the new Star Trek show? Man, everyone's gonna jump on that, and they will pay top
Paramount
dollar.
They're still looking at Star Trek movie. I don't think they want to get rid of the Star Trek shows.
No, just a show. It was like, who wants to stream it? We still make it. You just get to stream it.
I don't know. I don't know if they're gonna do it because that's still a moneymaker. Picard, you know how much money Picard made them?
Not that much.
The Picard 3 season 3, like it made a lot of
It got
money.
good ratings. I don't know, like if it brought in, like I'm sure it brought in some viewers
Because
stuff like that, so.
the what's called the DVD was sold out forever.
I
Couldn't
bet.
find it.
I bet if they go straight to DVD with all these like shows, they probably make more money than putting it on Paramount Plus.
No, because no one else buys all our stuff.
Well,
Dan says, I talked to a YouTuber who I trust. He was invited to a limited screening. They had to sign some kind of agreement not to discuss it, but he said the fans are going to love the movie and it's going to be awesome.
nice.
Of course, he can't watch it. I can't watch it. I'm going to stick my hand into my hand and boycott Marvel movies for the travesty they did to Jonathan Majors. I will not see it in theaters. Gotta do it. Thank goodness Captain America 4 didn't come out this year. Boycott is only a year. It ends 12/24.
Okay. I mean, at least you got your
Hey,
your
at
plan
Strike at
of
Midnight,
how
you
to
better
do
put it on Deadpool and Wolverine.
Mhm.
I mean, I agree with the Jonathan Majors thing. That does suck.
You know, I agree. Yeah, but now that they kind of said that he's not coming back and that they might even recast the Kang as an older guy.
Well,
Yeah, we'll see.
well. And yeah.
Ain't nothing stopping me seeing Sam as Cap.
Mhm.
Yeah. Well,
So Kevin says Jonathan Majors damages his own career. You can't blame Marvel Studios. I disagree.
yeah.
But I understand that Marvel had to make a decision. I think they've stuck behind other people. That's all I'm saying.
Who did way
Yeah.
worse. I
Who's
mean,
done
his
way worse.
conviction was like not even like, was you accidentally hurt this person.
In any other state, it wouldn't even been anything.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. And they're talking
Yeah,
about jail time and stuff. That his convictions were tickets at most. Like he,
Here in Chicago, it would have been a ticket. In Chicago, it would have been a ticket straight up.
Yeah. Even then, I mean, you get some certain cops who are like, I don't want to do the fucking paperwork. Get out of here.
Just leave.
Yeah.
I said I wouldn't pay for it in theaters. I didn't say I wouldn't pirate TV off limits.
Yep.
All right, that's smart. Since you ain't getting my money for a year, I got you, and I respect it.
Yeah.
Unfortunately,
Yeah.
the MCU ain't getting my money. I already paid my AMC pass, so
Yeah. I don't know how the money distribution works with stuff like that, with the A stubs or the A list, whatever.
Yeah.
Not sure how that works.
All right, so we got through all the comments. All right, you guys can take over now, and I will just start getting ready for this review because I really want to talk about Twisters and House of the Dragon because the House of the Dragon was off the chain. Twisters was great, and y'all still haven't finished my Supercell. Well, I mean, two of us did. So that means we're going to end up reviewing it when he's gone. And he's going to promise that he's going to watch it. And then we're going to be 3 years later. Instead,
I watched that first episode. Holy shit, man. It is good. It is. But it became like I started watching it at work and it became a show where I stopped doing work to pay attention. And I'm like, oh, it's going to be one of those shows where I got to actually like
those shows.
But not because like I have to pay attention, because I want to pay attention because it's
really, stuff that's
like,
happening. There's so many things that are happening. You got to pay attention.
Yeah. The first episode like was good. So
I just didn't go to sleep. I was like, who needs sleep?
I mean, I won't need in a little bit. Why do they have to have a lesbian action in? Why not? Yeah. They got everything else. I still need to finish Supercell 2. I'm just too much TV to catch up on. I haven't even started Cobra Kai yet, which is suck. I love Cobra Kai.
Yeah,
so,
it's a quick watch. Only 5 episodes. So.
Yeah, and it's not even.
It's a little bit longer than I thought it was. So, like the episodes aren't as short as I thought it was going to be.
Yeah. You want to do? What do you guys want to do first? House of Dragon or Twisters?
You do Twisters first.
Twisters is fine. I'm okay with either way.
Yeah, sounds good. Keep it semi-short. I like you doing is Mr. Miyagi right now.
Yeah.
All right. I mean, you getting the thing up? Synopsis.
Always. As in Snape, what Snape said. Always. Lily, even now? Yes. Always.
Oh, real okay. So David Cornsweet is in it, and and I told Eric, I'm like, oh, that's our new Superman. She goes, I see it, but why is he like a generic Henry Cavill? And I laugh.
Great value kid Henry. That's what it is.
I feel that's like everyone's like reaction is like, I see it, but also they went bootleg Cavill.
I don't think he resembles Henry Cavill. You know who he kind of reminded me of, especially.
He's white. He has a square jaw and he has curly hair. That's all it takes. That's all it takes.
He actually kind of reminds me of Brendan Fraser a little bit.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
Especially in terms of like in terms of look and voice, he kind of I get like a Brendan Fraser vibe from him.
With it?
Yeah.
Okay.
That is super interesting. But, all right, let's talk about this Twisters movie. If you want to be Superman, you gotta have a punchable.
I don't know, but Henry Cavill looks like his face. If you try to punch it, it will just break your hand.
Break your hand.
Like, it's broken.
Yeah. Oh man. All right. Oh, that sucks. He goes, yeah, that Ghostbusters was a letdown. Yeah.
Yeah, we said it in Frozen Kingdom.
Yeah. Yep. All right. I don't have a background for Twisters, didn't get a chance to make one, but let's talk about it. 28. All right, cool. All right, what is up? Welcome to the Spoiler Kings. My name is Tank Kramer. I'm with Brandman Brandon, Brian the Grizzly, and we're going to talk and review the new Twisters movie. The remake of the original is not, so many people are calling it a sequel. It's not a sequel.
It's not
It
a
is
remake.
a remake.
either.
It's a
It's
remake.
not. No, because Dorothy. So
Dorothy, right?
they had Dorothy, so that means that the first Twisters happened. The first Twister happened because they have
Oh.
Dorothy, and
it's
because remember
just a
the
new
whole
Dorothy.
idea was that, but Dorothy had to get up into the thing and can read the Twister, but they haven't done anything since then.
Nah,
So that's why. So having Dorothy means that they had to have the first Twister, and they had the exact same parts with the aluminum that made it hot, made it fly.
yeah. Nah. I don't think so.
It's just
It's not. It's not.
It is.
It's a bunch of college students doing a like a science project. You know.
Yeah, but Dorothy is just something that you can make with soda cans. Remember, that's how they did it with soda cans. So it's any aluminum. So you can make the parts, and she was obviously a genius.
Well, yeah, she was a genius. But
Mhm.
aren't the characters the same name? No, different
No,
names.
it's
Yeah.
totally different. It's just
Totally
a
different.
continuation of the story of Twisters.
I don't think it was. I don't think it was. It's not a sequel. It is a remake. There's
a remake.
it's a remake. They don't mention
It's not
anything about the first
story.
movie.
It's not the same story.
No, it's
It
different.
could be a remake. It could be like a different movie, but it can't be a remake.
Oh, it's a remake. How is that not a remake? All right, we're
This
getting
is
way
not a
off track. It's not a sequel. Leave a comment down below. Let us know what you think. All right. Well, we're going to talk about Twisters, the 2024 one with Glenn Powell. Who else is in this one? Glenn Powell, Keeman,
Daisy Edgar Jones,
Daisy Edgar Jones. How do you pronounce her? The Keeman Shipka? How do you pronounce her name?
Kiernan Shipka.
Is that how you pronounce her name? Damn. Yeah, Anthony Ramos. Yeah, David Cornsway was in this one as well. So yeah. We're gonna get into our ratings, our likes, our dislikes. We're gonna talk about a little bit about the money and Rotten Tomatoes at the end. But before we jump into our review of it, Brian, you got a quick breakdown of what this one is about?
That's what I'm laughing at. Serving as a standalone sequel to Twister.
I'll get out of here, man. That doesn't even
That's just literally what it says. I was so laughing.
I'm
Haunted by
a devastating encounter.
I'm
added
looking
that
at
in there.
no. It's right here. It's on. Look at the Wikipedia right here. Twister's film right here. It says literally what I'm just saying. Serving as a standalone sequel to Twister. Haunted by a devastating encounter with a tornado, Kate Cooper gets lured back into the open plains by her friend Javi to test a groundbreaking new tracking system. She soon crosses paths with Tyler Owens, a charming but reckless social media star who thrives on posting his storm-chasing adventures. As the storm season intensifies, Kate and Tyler and their competing teams find themselves in a fight for their lives as multiple systems converge over central Oklahoma.
Yeah, pretty much. So we got our main characters, Kate and Tyler, and then Javi. Those are your three main, Anthony Ramos, Javi, Glenn Powell is Tyler, and Daisy Edgar Jones, I believe, is Kate.
It's Kate.
Yeah. But cool. We'll start off with Brandman. What you like about this one, man?
There was very little that I didn't like about this, and like I said, this movie, like, I had like zero to no interest in it when I first heard about it. I was like, why? Granted, the original Twisters, it's not like high art, but it was. I was just kind of asking myself, oh, why are they making a sequel to it? But I liked it from a standpoint of spectacle. It's like really, like, as cliche as it sounds, it really is an exhilarating and exciting watch. Which is really interesting because it's a movie about storm chasing, which usually isn't something that like really interests me too much. But I think in terms of like scope and spectacle and just execution of a very simple plot is what really made this movie work. And I liked the characters also. I liked Daisy Edgar Jones as Kate. I liked I liked Tyler. I thought he was probably like my favorite character in the movie. I liked Javi. Glenn Powell is just on a roll this year. Um, he he's just like absolutely crushing it this year, dude.
Yeah.
Um, I think from the visuals, like I never really had any points during the movie where I'm like, oh, this looks too fake or oh, this looks too superimposed. Like the CG for the tornadoes was really really good.
Yeah.
So like I was and I think it's one of those movies that like really gets you involved because it throws you right in. I thought, and it really like hooks your interest. Like I was sitting like in my seat like this the entire time,
Mhm.
which is a good sign. But yeah, I'd say those were my favorite things about
Okay. How are you, Brian?
I love that you start off caring about the characters by, making you understand the relationship and then taking all of them away. And her boyfriend didn't have to go. He's the only one I was like, bro, you've been holding up, sitting there the whole time, and you got to get pulled out. That was messed up.
it. Mm,
But I thought it was a good opening, but it made you care about the characters immediately, and
Mhm.
then a connection with each one. And Javi, I knew Javi was going to do something nefarious because he had to get his money somehow. You don't just get money, So I knew that something like that was going to happen. I liked Glenn Powell's character, Tyler. That was really cool. Overall, and I love the science behind it. So
Yeah.
overall, I'm a nerd, right? So I'm
Mhm.
the type of nerd that actually went to meteorology like camp. So and understanding wind and understanding cloud formations and all that stuff. So seeing those things was really cool. And even understanding, so like the problem in the first Twister was they didn't understand anything about tornadoes, right? So they built Dorothy to try to understand more about tornadoes, but all Dorothy really did was give you an idea of how the wind and the F and EF and all that stuff gives you that idea. But it never really told you how it forms, why it forms, what conditions cause it to form. And they got into the actual, details of how it actually comes together and understanding the tracking. So I thought the science part was really, really cool too. But to get the science, you still need to get this action. So they kind of merged those two things to a very good concept. And I really enjoyed the experience I had with it and watching the movie. What about you?
Anything else? Okay. I wasn't sure. Yeah, man. Like right off the bat, the CGI was awesome. Like the from the very first, it's not a spoiler that there's a lot of tornadoes and twisters in this movie, so you get a lot of stuff being torn apart. And right off the bat with the first twister and people getting sucked out into it was crazy and wild. So I thought the CGI was pretty good, a lot better than I expected. And the story was fun, but I think what made it for me was the actual characters, and I didn't expect like big like character development kind of stuff, and you really didn't get it. I mean, but Glenn Powell, like he's this character with all these layers in it, you know what I mean? So I like that. Kate had a bunch of different layers on it, but at the end of the day, they just like love, I don't say disasters,
Tornadoes. They fell in
tornadoes,
love with
really.
the idea of tornadoes.
Yeah, just like and they're both like country kids, so like when he told his story about when he first had a tornado, and he's like, I was supposed to be scared, and he was like had a grin on his face or some shit, so yeah.
Mhm.
So I thought that was kind of like really awesome.
Yeah, Mama Bear, hilarious.
Were you blown away by Twister? Absolutely. Yeah, so it was that, and Glenn Powell, man, like him being this like douchey kind of YouTuber, that actually has knowledge. So you're like, oh yeah, you're kind of, which is really funny too, because like he's hamming it up for the camera, but he understands what's going on. He's like, these things are super dangerous and this and that and stuff. So I just thought like everything from beginning to end was just a lot of fun. I like Brand Man. I was sitting on the edge of my seat almost the whole time because it was just so fun. It was a lot of fun, you know. Even they had so they had Dorothy, and then as they were going through Javi's team, you know, was because they kind of flipped it on this one than they did the first one, because the original Twisters, they had like the main characters were part of the cheapy mom and pop kind of group, and then you had the big corporate group coming in. Here you were part of the corporate group at first, and then you kind of went to the more mom and pop, the YouTubers kind of thing. So that was a nice little change of pace, you know, because you're like, oh, am I rooting for the big corporation? Then and then I thought it was so funny. It was like you had a Scarecrow, Tin Man, the Lion, like you had you know, and then obviously Dorothy, you know, so you had like the whole Wizard of Oz kind of reference, which I thought was kind of cute. But yeah, you know, for it's about it for good stuff. All right, on to the negatives. Brandman, what didn't you like about it?
I didn't like that there was no Bill Paxton around.
Yeah. Yeah.
I miss Bill Paxton being in movies and saying, "Son of a bitch." No, you know, no, I thought the movie was fun. I think the whole thing with Dorothy at the beginning, like I was kind of half and half on that, because on one hand it was a really good callback to the original, and to see how like the legacy of the original characters were kind of carrying on. At the same time as like it kind of felt like they did that out of obligation.
To make it feel like
even
it's like, yeah, we're sequel by this, yeah.
Yeah, just, you know, it felt like connective tissue just for the sake of it. I think
real quick, I gotta run upstairs.
Mhm.
So just I'll be right back.
Okay. I think some of the characters also kind of felt like stock. Like David Cornsweet's character was like a total like kind of like stock type character. Or like the zany partner to Glenn Powell's character. Didn't necessarily mind him. You know, we've just kind of seen those characters dozens and dozens and dozens and dozens of times. To an extent, it felt like you kind of just boot them from the movie. It wouldn't have made too much of a difference. I think that was like my most glaring issue with it. I know anything else would come across like super nitpicky, but those were like my main ones.
It's so funny because I honestly didn't have a lot of problems with any of it.
Me neither.
Like I agree with you saying that the people that aren't the main people, they were just ancillary red shirts. That's why I call them, because I always think about Star Trek. The guys with the red shirts are the ones that are gonna die. So they're just red shirts to me. So it didn't bother me. But I love the human aspect, the understanding that we know this. We've lived this. We know the devastation, and these people matter. And you know, a lot of times they kept on, you know, sacrificing themselves to try to save someone. And I thought that was something that really made you connect to those characters a lot. I think my biggest problem is that I think forget Bill Paxton. Helen Hunt should have been in this movie. How easy could Helen Hunt just been her aunt? That's now you explain how she got the Dorothy stuff, how she got all this stuff. Like all of it makes sense if you just do something that simple. That's all you had to do, but they didn't. So that was my major complaint. I thought everything looked good. I thought the tornadoes looked good. I thought it was just a fun watching, you know, eating popcorn, watching a movie time. And sometimes you just want that. Okay. So those are our bads. What are your overall thought about everything? Like how do you want to grade this movie for yourself?
Give it a solid B+. This is like This is kind of what you want out of a summer movie, pretty much in all senses of the word. It definitely delivered in that regard. I thought the pacing was good. I liked, like I said, I liked the characters. Main characters were great. I thought like it was an immersive experience. It hooked my attention right from the get go.
I do have a problem. So I kind
What's
of
that?
talked about that in the first one. Well, so the whole point of Twister was they're trying to create an advanced weather alert system, right? To
Hmm.
make sure that people know about twisters beforehand. So what this movie told me basically was that they failed. The whole first movie was a failure because
Hmm.
no one knew about the twisters coming at any point in time. They always were shocked, like they're coming. Like we're in the middle of a rodeo. We had no idea this could have been a thing. So all Twister 1 was just a failure.
I didn't think about that.
If you were trying to warn people ahead of time and you weren't able to warn people ahead of time, even with all the stuff we went through, all the people that died for that movie,
Hmm.
you lost. You failed terribly. Even when Dorothy got up in the air and you had the little cameo from it, it didn't matter. So
Hmm.
that'll be my complaint. Okay. All right, we'll do our rating systems right now then too. All right. Here on Spoiler Kings, we rate our movies a little bit differently. We rate them now, as in you need to drop everything you're doing. You're gonna and watch it right now. You got later. You can wait till it comes to streaming, or never. We're never gonna watch it. You should throw out your TV if it ever comes near your TV. For Twisters, how do you rate it?
This is definitely a now, especially it picked. In addition to everything that I mentioned about it just a minute ago, I think it came out at a very good time. This is, like midsummer. This is the best time to go see it. Like I said, go check it out in the theater if you really want to get the full experience for it. And if you can, I'd say check it out on IMAX. I did. The IMAX experience was awesome. Just a really entertaining and attention grabbing movie. Like I said, this one was not even on my radar at first, only for it to come out, and I was like, "Holy crap!"
No, I really agree with everything you're saying there. So I had a couple. First, I went to see an Adobe, right?
Mhm.
And the sound in Dolby and the shaking of the chairs and when feeling the twister, that was very cool. It kind of really made the experience. I can imagine one of those 4D experiences where you're feeling wind or feeling water or something like that. I think all that would be really really cool if you did that.
Mhm.
Um, I thought that it was, just a fun time. As a audience experiencing a movie, you enjoyed experiencing it. It
Mhm.
wasn't about the writing or any of the other stuff or the story, but you just enjoyed like you're an extra character in the movie. So that really kind of lends it to me being a now. I think this movie is definitely something that you can drop right now, enjoy this movie now, and then go into the next go to Deadpool and Wolverine afterwards. So this is a movie that
Mhm.
came at the right time, even though it's going to probably get killed this week. I'm glad it made all this money last week. So that's me. What about you, Tank? You got anything? You gotta mute yourself. So let's try to unmute.
Sorry.
There.
I'm gonna give it a now. It was just a lot of fun. From beginning to end, it was just a fun disaster movie. That took itself serious enough. And I think it had good messages where, when it push come to shove, it's like, oh, we have to help the people that this affected. I love seeing that on screen. So, but between the action and the goofiness of it wasn't too corny or anything like that. It was just a fun time at the theater. A lot more fun than I expected, because I was expecting another kind of lame, like natural disaster kind of movie, and
Mhm.
I got something that was actually like pretty cool, pretty entertaining. So definitely now.
And as you said already, it's the third highest domestic opening movie that we've had this entire
Mhm.
year. When
Mhm.
you start looking at ratings, do you have the Rotten Tomatoes up right now?
Yeah. So I got the Rotten Tomatoes. So we'll start off with the tomato meter. Only 289 critics reviewed this one. It's only at a 77
Okay.
with the critics with the tomato meter, but the audience 2,500 verified plus verified ratings at a 92%. 92% with the audience. So the audience is really, really liking this one. So that's pretty high. That's a lot higher than I expected
I think it
for
really
this one.
follows what we said.
Yeah.
The audience experience is great with this movie.
Yeah.
And especially if you saw, like I saw Adobe, Brandman sell, and IMAX.
Nice.
Adobe, I felt it. And IMAX, it just
Mhm.
looks great. So like, I think those are real. This is one of those movies. I'm saying the 4D would be amazing in this movie. You'll feel it. You feel things moving around. You can feel the wind and all stuff. That would be an amazing experience. Once again, how do we know? Because Universal made Twister's ride off it, so you know that it's a fun experience if you do it the right way.
Yeah. So I just saw it in regular because more about comfy seats than anything else. So, but yeah, even then, it was still a good time just on a regular screen. So, yeah. But like I said, with domestic, the box office, it just absolutely crushed it. Total worldwide, 100 and almost 125 million, which is crazy.
Mhm.
That's absolutely crazy. And like we said, third highest opening weekend movie, which just it blows out the predictions. I think predictions was like 40 million, and that was like a high end number, and it doubled that, it doubled that. So yeah, I don't know if it was just a thing between a good movie, a fun movie, or is Glenn Powell kind of becoming a household name a little bit more where they're willing to give him a shot. Because everything he's been in, especially recently, has been pretty awesome. So is he becoming the next kind of big guy?
I think he needs to
obviously
become a
not there
superhero.
yet.
I think he needs to be a superhero now. Yeah.
Yep. He needs to be Cyclops. That man is Cyclops. Yeah. Every time I see him on screen, everything he does, every time he talks, I'm like, that's Cyclops.
Say,
But
and look, Mama,
that's just
it's Scott Summers.
Exactly.
Look.
Exactly.
I'm divided between him being Cyclops, and I think like some of his more recent roles, especially Hitman in this, like
Yeah.
for me personally, I know you guys are going to disagree with me on this, but he still, to me, raises a very good point as to why he would make a good booster role.
Yeah. I can see that. I can definitely see that. Especially with being this YouTuber in this one, when he was that YouTuber on screen.
I don't know if he takes
what?
I don't know if he takes the role. And my reasoning behind that is because what are you gonna make? How many more movies are you gonna make? Are you gonna make more movies as being Cyclops, or more movies being Booster Gold, and who has the more notoriety and things like that? I think it might be better for his career to take the bigger role overall, and not take a chance.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he's already taken chances in terms of roles. Like even with Hitman, that was kind of unexpected. And so I think he's pretty. He's kind of proven that he makes interesting choices in terms of roles, and he's kind of selling me on just how good and versatile an actor he could be. Because especially with Hitman, to an extent, he was kind of being. He was giving me Booster Gold vibes in that because he was playing someone pretending to be something that he really wasn't. So and he really sold me in that regard. I think So he's kind of proven that he's capable and willing to kind of make unorthodox choices in terms of the roles he selects. So I wouldn't necessarily rule it out.
I mean, not rule it out, but I just think that when you don't have a choice, you can make you choose the movie that you get an opportunity at. But when you might have the choice, then you might take the bigger role. Looking at, I've done enough foundation building that I can have the bigger role now and do a great job. Because if you do a good job at Cyclops, you could be around for a lot of movies and a lot of Avenger movies and have that Avenger money. And we're right now looking for someone who has something that could carry Marvel. X-Men can carry Marvel, and guess what? He can have. Can have that Johnny Storm paycheck. You can go from Johnny Storm to being Captain America. Which one do you could do that. You could jump to that level. You can, it's just so I think that it behooves him to take the bigger role, but you never know. We don't know who's gonna play Batman. We don't know who's gonna play, so I'm just saying, take the bigger role of whatever that role is.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe he blows our minds and he's both characters. He's in DC and Marvel. Yeah.
He is everywhere. That's my wife said. She was like, him again?
Yeah. Yeah. He is becoming, like, especially this year, man. He is really, ever since Top Gun, he's just everywhere, and everything he's been in is really good. Rom-com, like a spoofy kind of like murder assassin movie was good. Twisters, he's good. Maverick, he was really good in. So, and I guess he's been around for a while.
He's not young. I mean, he's 35. I mean, he's not like he's brand new. So no,
but he's getting big now. He's finally getting like leading man-ish kind of thing. Because I know he was in Shark Boy and Lava Girl or Spy Kids, one of those kid movies back in the day. So. Yeah. So, but cool. You guys got anything else?
No, just a good time. And he did a wonderful job. Even though I will say this, I didn't necessarily believe Daisy Edgar Jones was going to be able to pull Glenn Powell. If that's not, I'm like, look at you, kind of playing. He could probably get anyone ever, anyone there. She just happened to be the girl that's there today. He's not following her to home 2.5 hours. Nah, I don't believe that. But whatever, everyone. I can suspend reality for a little bit.
I give it. Maybe he liked her personality because
not 2.5 hours.
Very much like him.
I kind of rocks with Daisy Edgar Jones, and she's got that cute hot thing going on that I'm totally all for. That's just me.
Though. Just not my cup of tea. I'll be like, all right, what we gonna do? I might break you. This doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, but I think it was more. He was, and then from what I was reading, I don't know if it's true or not, but I was reading that
they cut that kiss.
The kiss scene. There's supposed to be a kiss scene at the end, and the whole time I'm waiting, I'm like, okay, they're gonna do the kiss and blah blah blah, and there wasn't. And supposedly that was a bit of advice from Steven Spielberg. Yep. With it, because he was an executive producer on this one. Imagine that's the only thing he did on this movie, and he got an EP credit for. He's like, don't make him kiss later. Yeah. But I think that was the right call. I think we got enough of the mushy, will they, won't they kind of, they like each other kind of thing. And right as they're about to kiss, like the thing that they are in love with more, a new Twister popping up, kind of gets it. So, I enjoyed that. I thought that was kind of the better call, to make it as a better movie. So, yeah, we didn't need the kiss. So I did appreciate that. So if Steven Spielberg gives you advice, I guess you listen. So
I mean, he's only one of the greatest of all time.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, cool. That's our thoughts. Sorry, I missed our negatives, but I already know I agree with Brian and Brandon with majority of the negatives. So, but we want to hear from you guys. Leave your comment down below. Let us know what you thought about Twisters. Did you like it? Did you hate it? Is he somewhere in between? Where would you rate it? Now, later, never on our scale. but we appreciate all you guys coming in, hanging out with us on the replay. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, come and join us every Monday and Thursdays. We are live. And if you are live in the chat with us, stick around because we're going to get into all of your comments right now. All right. Let's see. You guys didn't show any of the comments, right?
No.
Okay. I did see this and made me laugh. He goes, if Henry Cavill and Brandon Fraser did a fusion death from Dragon Ball, David Gordon Sweat.
I saw right when we did. That's why I was laughing at the beginning when we started.
I know that was funny. Xavier saying it's more of a spiritual sequel. It doesn't have anything to do with the first one. Oh well. Yeah.
I kind of discussed it does, but they did poor. That's what they did poorly. They could have put Helen Hunt. Helen Hunt could have been her aunt. That will explain how the hell you even got the Dorothy stuff. Like it wasn't like it was common knowledge in grade school because this is a project she's been doing since grade school.
That's why if the only connection is this thing named Dorothy, then that's not enough for me.
Still Twisters in Oklahoma.
Yeah. Yeah.
And still having the same problem.
That's more. Although
that's the one thing I said with Brandon. I told Brandon is that the first movie was a failure, right? The whole point of the first movie was to have a system that could tell you when Twister's coming. That was the whole point of Dorothy, right? And guess what they didn't do?
Yeah.
Come up with anything they could find they could do anything with Dorothy. Dorothy never helped them come up with another system to help them warn people before the Twister comes. They're in the middle of a rodeo 35 years later and still have no idea it's coming.
See, and that's why I thought it wasn't a sequel, because I was like, all the work that they did before, if this is a sequel, did it just vanish? Like no one knew about the
No, I mean
that's why
he was still using the software. He was still using it. It just didn't tell you anything because they still don't know anything about how it's formed. So they talked about that at the beginning of the movie, saying, hey, we have this software, we have all this stuff, but it still doesn't tell us how it's formed, so we can't warn anyone anymore. We just know how the inner works of a Twister. We understand that, but what does that really help?
Yeah. Well, the first one was I'm saying first one now. You got me doing, but the original was to help track, and to give an early thing, which is what they were
give early warning.
Trying,
they didn't.
Well, that's what Javi's character was trying to do. Kate was trying to break up the Twister, which I thought was way more interesting than tracking it. The tracking is cool, but the breaking it up, like if you can break it up, I think that'd be.
But see, the first one was about they literally wanted to make an advanced weather alert system. That was the point of them going and doing this stuff, and they weren't able to do it because they still don't understand how it's formed. You can't warn anyone because you don't know how it's formed. That's why it was so important to have the hobby having that 3D connection of it, the 3D analysis of, so we can see how it's formed and what's actually happening to it. So, without that information, we could never tell you anything. So no matter what, we got to the middle of the movie and in the middle of a rodeo, but still have no idea how it's being formed and how to warn anybody. So people are still not getting warned.
Yeah.
It sucks.
Xavier said, when I first saw the marketing, I kept wondering why it took them so long to come out with it. This feels like a movie Hollywood would have tried to reboot a decade ago. Well, I mean, also the movie was more of a cult classic. It really didn't do well in I don't think it did well in theaters. I could be wrong. I don't remember it. A lot of people talking about it. I remember a lot of people talking about it, mostly because of big. Was it really CGI and what else? There's got to be like cinematography and something.
Sound, the best effect, the visual effect.
Sound. Yeah, I can see sound. And that's kind of upset we didn't even get a cow in this one.
And best actress, it was nominated for best actress, best actor.
Wow.
Yeah,
because the first one, I love the first one. It is super corny. It's super cheesy.
Yeah.
And I love it for it, for it being super cheesy and corny.
It's not, one of those wonderful movies, but yeah.
Oh, it's definitely one of those cult classic kind of movies that people love. I mean, you did well when you get to be a ride at Universal.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah. So, And people were upset when the ride closed down.
I was upset too. I was upset with
Yeah.
Earthquake too. So
Yeah.
the first Twister
How they do?
in 1997 made
Uh,
$495.7 million, which
Yeah.
is
what was
the second
budget?
highest grossing film of 1996. Actually, 1996.
Okay,
It was
wow.
the second highest.
Yeah. It did well. So never mind. It did well. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I don't know why they didn't like
They probably
do
wanted
this
Helen Hunt
again.
You know,
Like
they
more
prob-
an actual sequel, like with the actual characters and everything.
Yep. and they probably
Coming
couldn't
back.
get them both at the same. Bill Paxton can't get them all on the same page.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Probably. Yeah. But yeah, it feels like this should have been done a decade ago, at least. For sure. But we got it now. It was good. And then Derpy said, Fleece Twister fans. That's a reference to our sports show. But he did say,
Derpy
he goes, I
didn't
wasn't
like it,
impressed
actually.
with the movie.
Yeah,
Really?
He put it in our Discord, so I was looking at it earlier. He didn't. He
Yeah.
wasn't impressed at all. He didn't like it.
Yeah, I said it was mid. Wow, okay. I kind of get it. Yeah. Hey, were you blown away? So Massman said, I never saw the original Twister, so I didn't really know about seeing this one.
You don't really need to watch it. Yeah.
No.
It's
Dude.
very loosely based upon a movie, almost. That's kind of what it's like. It's loosely almost based on this movie, kind of, because we both have tornadoes
Yeah.
in the same area.
Yeah. Yeah. Tornado Alley.
And the same
Um,
exact problem.
Yeah. Although in this one, I did like where it became a thing and they don't tell you why. So they kind of let you like draw your own conclusion. But like the Twisters were getting way worse. Like just like uncontrollable. And they just kept popping up, which at least they said it in the background. The news said it like, oh, like this is the worst it's ever been ever. And it makes that sense in the movie why there's like legit a Twister every like 2 minutes, you know.
Mhm.
So it's like there's something going on in the world, or, you know, where there's a Twister all the time. Yeah, it's legit. Like every 5 minutes is like there's another one and another one and another one. So, you know,
That's funny. Actually, my wife said they should do a crossover event, you know, with like Twister and 2014 and all those like the disaster movies, and they're all in the same universe. And it's all because of global warming. Or let M. Night Shyamalan do it, it'll be because of the trees.
it's because trees.
It's
Or
because
it's
of
like
the trees.
aliens. Things like aliens fucking with the temperature gauge. Who set it at 50?
Who did this?
I feel like it's more of like a Simpsons reference or anything. Have the two Halloween Simpsons aliens.
Exactly.
Who's messing with it?
You got two of us.
Yeah, but the original is a lot. I think the original is a lot of fun. This one is. I think this one is better than the original, for sure. I think. You know,
Do I think
just because this one, the original though, man. At the time, I remember being like super awesome.
Yeah, I don't know if it's better than the original.
Bill Paxton is Bill Paxton, you know.
Mhm.
And I like one thing with Brandon when you said like what you hate about it was no Bill Paxton. Well, it's like legit. One of my things was like I hate that it reminded me that we don't have him in the
Bill
world anymore.
Paxton. Yeah.
And it's super like sad and upsetting, you know, because he was just so like much of a fun actor.
That's
Yeah,
why
I was-
it would be easy to make, right? She should have been easy to put in there. That's
Wait, what? Who?
Helen Hunt would have been easy to put in there.
Yeah.
I can do without her. She's kind of annoying.
I like Helen Hunt. I've always
Yeah,
I've always liked her.
Yeah. But missing Bill Paxton. But yeah, the first one's it's a little bit more corny. You know, this one's a little bit more serious-ish with corny things in it. But you know, they're both good. They're both a lot of fun. Definitely check them out. It was Tank's off-screen icon, Brian. So since Brian like
whoever had the last one,
Yeah. Yeah. So I would have to like go in and like change it to like, yeah. But we have like other people like in here. So yeah.
So since I was on Anzo's stream and I do a lot of hopping on other people's streams, I was the last one to change the icon because I actually went on one of them and I turned off my camera and it was Tank's picture and they're like, "What the hell? You turned white?" It's like, oh yeah, my bad. I don't even think about it. It's like, it's one of us.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah,
I know
change it.
we should be like just the Spoiler Kings logo.
Yes, we definitely should.
Do that. Confused me. Sorry. They didn't mean to confuse you. So I would
You
got,
don't
like,
know,
5
we're the
people
same
sharing the same
person. We
account.
talking about there's only one of us actually.
Yeah, right. Xavier said Corn Sweat was such a nothing burger in the movie.
Yeah.
He played the asshole. You know?
Mhm.
But he literally was nothing. He really didn't
No.
matter in the movie.
No. No.
Did I didn't recognize this guy at first, but did you guys realize that that Glenn Powell's partner, like the crazy little hillbilly dude, was the one guy from Nope?
Oh, no shit, really?
Yeah.
I did not notice that until right now. Until you just said that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I got it.
Yep, that was him.
Was it Brandon
Perea, or however you say his
Perea?
last name?
Oh yeah. Get off. Huh. Yeah. Yeah. Now I see it. Like once it's an actual picture and he's not like all like bearded out with like all the bandana and stuff. Damn.
Yeah.
That is interesting. I did like that character. I thought what was it Boone? I think it was this character.
Boone. Yeah, that was the character's name.
Yeah, I like that character because he was all upset. He's like, "You didn't let me blow up the fireworks." He goes, "How about a new firework?" He's like, "What?" It was just like such like
he was mad at him. He was like, "Man, you did this and you left me and let me do none of the stuff."
Yeah,
some new firework.
Yeah. So, and I one thing I forgot to say is like I loved his crew. His crew was like just a lot of fun. Yeah.
Even the idea that they're selling the t-shirts not for money or publicity or any of that other stuff. They're selling it so you can get plates to other people and give back to the people that they're talking to. That was really cool.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh shit.
It's not like they were a bunch of like they weren't like a bunch of like generic like douchey characters that you might think of them as when they're first introduced.
Yeah.
They were actually like legit, like they were like people of the people. And yeah, I like the team as a whole too. I realized the one black dude, Dexter, he's the singer of TV on the Radio, which is like one of my favorite bands.
Oh, okay.
Tunde?
Yep. Tunde at a Bempe, however you say his last name. Yeah.
At the BP.
Yeah.
At TV on Radio.
Awesome band, by the way. If you guys have not heard anything by TV on the Radio, highly recommend. Awesome band.
I've seen he was nothing else too big. I guess he has credit in Spider-Man Homecoming.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's one of the teachers.
Ah, okay. So here, I just saw this right now, which is a super cool Easter egg. Bill Paxton's son, James Paxton, was in the movie.
Mm-hmm.
I did not know that. He was the guy in the hotel, and he's like complaining that the
one that got blown away.
Yeah, where the wife was like 9 out of 10 times it's a false alarm. But the husband, in the hotel, that was Bill Paxton's son.
Mm-hmm.
So
I would have been like, have you not listened to radio? You haven't watched the news? That's 15 tornadoes every 15 minutes. What are you talking about? Oh, it's usually not a tornado. maybe in Chicago.
Yeah, right.
but
Even
here,
then, they were like,
Oklahoma.
Yeah, that was interesting. 'Cause I see James Paxton. I'm like, who was that? I'm like, oh shit. So at least they did a cool little, have him come in and do something quick. But like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's 11:38.
Yeah, I know. That's why. I haven't seen was there a flying cow? There was not, unless I missed it.
No flying cow.
No flying cow.
I think
That would have been one of my negatives.
The cattle got out. We got back in. So like the cows were back in their little the containers in their hold. So you didn't have a flying cow. But you had a lot of flying humans. A whole lot of those.
Oh shit ton of those. They did make a cow kind of reference, like cow, like they said something along the lines like, "Oh, she knows Twister's better." Like she can. I forgot what it was. The mom. She's like, "Oh, she can tell it's coming better than a cow can." I was like,
"Yeah,
can cows tell Twisters are coming?" Like
animals can. So yeah,
I know. I know that's like a thing they say with animals, but I'm like a cow in specific. Like she said cow, so I was like. I don't know if that was a reference to the OG or what, but I was gonna say I was hoping to see a flying cow. Didn't see it, but that would have been one of my negatives. I don't know if you guys said that or not.
No, we didn't have a problem with the cattle because most of them got out. Even though you did have a horse that did fly. Yes.
Yeah.
I was kind of up in my feelings when Kieran and Shipka died at the beginning so horribly.
Like you were here for 3 minutes. What's wrong with you? Don't tell me you're in the movie. You're not in the movie.
Loved her on Chilling Adventures of Sabrina and Totally Killer, which is like going to be like a regular Halloween watch for me nowadays. Well, I like her as an actress. I was sad to see her get sucked into the tornado.
Yeah.
Right. She wasn't running fast enough. You knew it was over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was no reason for wasn't it Jeb or whatever his name for having to get sucked into the twister. There was no reason. He's holding on to a metal piece. You better have better holding skills. I don't understand.
Yeah, I didn't get that one because like she was holding on, and she's tiny. And like you can't wrap your arms around her, and the pole. Like I don't know.
Yeah,
I didn't quite get that.
Yeah, she should have went. Daisy Edgar Jones should have went before Jeb.
Yeah, just like sucked out right between them. I did like though. They said like they did the reference to being under the bridge, and then they were like, statistically, that's the worst possible space you could be at, which is I believe is true. I remember hearing that after watching the original. And I thought that was funny.
You pull it up and you drop it down, and you're now under the bridge of the things that
Yeah. So, but yeah, that's cool. All right, let's talk about this House of the
Dragon.
Yeah. Nope, not that one. This one. There we go. Get ready. What episode was this? Episode
6.
There's only 2 more left.
Yeah, damn. Flying by. All right, let's talk about this. Let's start getting late. All right, what is up? Welcome to the Spoiler Kings. My name is Tim Kramer with Brandman Brandon, Brian the Grizzly, and we're going to talk about episode 6, House of the Dragon. Small folk. Interesting episode. I didn't hate it. So that was a good one. But no, it was actually a pretty fun episode. So right off the bat, Brandon, what you think about this episode? What you like, what you didn't like?
I think you said my thoughts exactly. It was definitely an interesting episode. Didn't expect where they went with the dragon near the end of the episode. That was kind of cool. There was a decent amount of filler in it, I thought. But I thought overall this episode in particular was fine. I was very I think that the episode before this one, the 2 episodes before this one, I really liked, and this one just kind of seemed like, they kind of did some obligatory stuff as we're nearing the end of the season. Uh, I thought it was fine in terms of how it. I'm always happy with how they handle each character because I think everyone like gets ample enough time.
Mhm.
Uh, each episode, which I think is probably my favorite thing about this one, and that's really it.
Okay.
Very, very middle of the road on this one.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
Same. All right. What about you, Brian?
I appreciate this episode a lot, actually. Thought it was really interesting what they're doing, the mental stuff that they're doing with Damon. I thought that's
Yeah.
amazing. Like the understanding what a breakdown really is, and having and him envisioning all those different things, and understanding it all comes from his relationship with his brother, who loved him more than anything else, and that he turned his back on, and he's regretting. So you see what regret really is. So he doesn't have anyone to talk to, but what was her name, Alice or whatever, their healer. But like literally, you see him going through these things and having these visions and working through his issues because Damon is someone who every time he got upset did run away. So I feel like that was really good for character development. Was that it was needed for that, as far as Damon does. And then on the other side, we got Eamon. So him and how different he is than everybody else. He is, if Aegon is able to be manipulated really well, he's the exact opposite. He don't need nobody.
Yeah.
And he's like, he threw Allison out, which was great because Allison is getting less and less important.
Mhm.
That's just awesome to see, and because I think she's the worst thing in the world. She's the reason why
She
any of this
sucks.
stuff is happening. She's the worst. It's interesting when you see Rhaenyra. Rhaenyra is, I don't know. I'm not sure how I felt about her in this episode, but I can say I love Corlys as Hand. I love that's cool. And then finding out the guy who saved him is actually his son. He and his brother are his actual son, but no one talks about it. And now, of course, wants to make him his first mate, right? And he wants to give him something, but that's actually his son. Like it's so much more crazy. And now that relationship makes a lot more sense. And that's going to be something now as one of his son is now a dragon rider. And he's going to have to accept them as his son after Rhaenys is already dead. So like he's going to have to because then there's no Targaryen connection, right? Or we have a problem with dragon riders again. So I thought this was actually really important for world building, and understanding how character development goes, and even the idea of Aegon and what he's going through, and now he's still living in fear of his brother, though he's king, but he can't do anything. Knowing that his brother tried to kill him, if he says anything, and his brother would just have him killed.
Yeah.
But when they're throwing the fish at Alicent, I was cheering.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I felt bad for her daughter, Flash. The king's sister wife. Yeah. I felt bad for her. Like she's the only one that seems like doesn't want to do any part of this shit, and somehow she's always getting the short end of the stick with everything. With it. But I do agree with like Brandon, where the last 2 episodes I thought were better, at least more entertaining. I would say this one, it makes sense why they had to slow it down and prep you for the finale. I'm spoiler. I don't even know there's no spoiler. I think we're gonna get Aemon and Damon. They kind of been prepping it, especially this episode. And it's just a lot of world building, like you said, Brian, getting ready for the last 2 episodes. So we're getting ready for the big finale and stuff like that. So I'm okay with it slowing down because I feel like it's gonna get kicked up to a higher notch than the last 2 episodes, with either dragon fighting and sword fighting. Eamon and Damon like fightings, like that's gonna be epic. Like I cannot wait for that, because Eamon thinks he's better. I'm like, this little boy thinks he's better, than Damon, who's actually done shit, So
Yeah.
the only bad thing with Damon right now is man's going crazy. Like he's legit out of his mind right now. So, and I don't know if it has anything to do with the island, like his helper chick,
Alice,
is saying
she's the healer of the people.
Yeah, but she was telling him, she goes, it's the island. The island's gonna make you go crazy. It's the ghosts or whatever the hell is going on, like the darkness that's there. So,
I think he just makes him face himself. I think that's what he's saying. Him facing himself and facing his problems, because he can't continue to run, and now he has to deal with figuring out what he's going to be. I think this episode was important because Rhaenyra cannot go and fight the High Towers as currently constructed. You just can't. So I mean, the idea of I'm going to put another dragon rider who's close to me, close to our family's legacy. That idea is smart, but didn't go well, right? And then the dragon chooses another dragon rider who is it's just the idea that it's Corlys' son that thought that he was on the outskirts of all this stuff.
Yeah,
right.
You're bringing them back in, and now
he's like in it.
He has one of the biggest dragons out there. So if he chooses to be with Rhaenyra, because that's what his father wants, then that's one thing. But what if he chooses to go with the High Towers?
Yeah, I mean he could. I don't think
he hates his father, because he continues to ignore him.
Yeah.
So I mean,
it could. Yeah. But I don't think they would accept like a non-Targaryen, writer, or more of a more direct Targaryen, I should say, because obviously you have to have some Targaryen blood to have it like that. But
well, I mean, you gotta say Corlys was married to a Targaryen,
but
so it's almost like a half blood thing. Like he has white hair, so like you doing it, and that's why Corlys would have to accept him and have to tell everybody that that's my son.
Yeah,
because if he didn't, it wouldn't work. So
yeah,
that's gonna be huge.
Yeah, I'm that side of the story. I really wasn't too. I didn't think it was going to go anywhere, and now it's starting to really become a major plot, and I'm interested in that side. I'm really less interested in all of the Hightower bullshit.
Yeah,
like I just don't care. Like I don't care about any of them. Like
you deserve all this.
yeah. Like you're all horrible people. Like but like even like Aemon is kind of asking for his grandfather to come back.
Yeah, no one knows where Otto is.
Yeah, and where is he? That's interesting. I thought that was like interesting, or like the only part that was like interesting about was like, where is he? Is he dead, or did he go do something else? Because the dude's always trying to look out for himself. Honestly, really, and he'll throw his daughter under the bus, which he has done. So I'm
even that conversation with Alicent and her brother saying, "Oh, you're supposed to be the one who was brought here to court. You weren't supposed to be sitting away. You're the oldest son. All that stuff was supposed to be you, and it skipped over you because of what our father did."
Yeah.
So I thought that was interesting too. And they've been ruining even their own family's lives for all this time. And then how about this? What if Corlys has to accept these kids as his own, but they still don't have Targaryen blood, right? So they then have to marry into the family. So you force this new dragon rider to marry Rhaenys, like the one who's watching the kids, or someone like that, which is also his half like step niece or something like that. Would that
Yeah.
be like his which is just
Uh,
crazy because he's Corliss's son and they're Corliss's daughter's daughter.
yeah. So
Mhm.
Corliss's
His niece.
grandkids.
Yeah.
And his so it'll be his great niece.
His niece.
I don't know. Yeah.
It's his
I
one,
mean,
just his niece because
yeah.
his Corliss's daughter and him and his sons, they're brother sister. That's just his niece.
Yeah.
Same thing as
Yeah.
Damon and Rhaenyra.
That's true. Yeah. 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 You know, at this point, I don't know. Does anybody freak out about the incest in this show?
It's almost like whatever. Yeah.
You know, and I think more people were kind of shocked at the lesbian kind of kiss, you know, between
Yeah.
I can't think of her name. The helper chick.
Mhm.
You know, that was she was supposed to be gone. You know, and now somehow she's not giving horrible advice either. But I don't know if she's giving like
I think she's
good
doing great.
advice.
That was great.
You know, I think she is helping, you know. But like them sending the food, that was
It's
excellent.
excellent advice.
Solid,
So,
yeah.
and it's a
Yeah.
small folk. So small
Yeah.
folk have their own power.
Yeah. You know, and you saw it in this. It's like, and it's as simple as pleasing them, you know, and that's what happens when you have people like the Hightowers in charge where they don't think about stuff like that. You know, Aegon was like, oh, let's kill all the rat catchers. And then you put it out to the
Mhm.
people. So it's like, oh, you peasants better watch out. So, you know, and then you kind of like, they're not eating, they're eating fish, they're eating all this crappy food. And then, you know, the people in the even though we don't know they're having like banquets and stuff, but we know they eat well, you know, because they're the
We're
royalty. So,
seeing sheep and lamb and
Yeah.
all that stuff being
Yeah.
delivered to the castle every other night.
yeah, you know, so you know, giving them food, you know, like you know, being smart. Like the small folk were big in this one, you know, getting the power of the people was definitely the main point of this episode. I thought, you know, was like
Mhm.
if you can get them to back you, that's all that matters.
That's why it's called small
That's kind
folk.
of yeah. So
I
you know,
thought
but
what's going on with, is her name Cat or whatever? Whatever. I think the thing that's going on with her is once Rhaenys died, Rhaenyra had to need another female voice because no matter what, everyone around her is male, but she needs another female voice, and she's the strongest of the females that are left around her. Everyone else has to listen to her. They don't trust each other, right? They started off not trusting each other, but they just kind of take each other at face value, and that's interesting in itself. But you can respect that person, you can treat that person as an equal, and I think she needs that. She yearns for that, and Rhaenyra doesn't have a idea what the difference between love and respect. That's why she has so many problems with the whole Daemon thing. She wanted to be Daemon, Daemon wanted to be her. There's no difference in love and respect for her. So when you find that you're on that same level, now she thinks I must love you.
Yeah.
Plus, she's just it's lonely at top.
Yeah, I was gonna say she like super like Daemon took off, you know, and she was really like Daemon was really the only like dude she actually like loved. You know, she had her side piece when she was married, you know, but that wasn't like love. That was more just physical, you know. So
I mean, she
so
was
having
with
this
Sir
person-
Kristen. She was. I mean, people. She didn't have kids by Sir Kristen, but she did. She was with him before.
Yeah,
He was
Yeah,
with her
so-
first, and then went to Alicent.
Yeah.
Which means that dude. I hope he gets killed. Christian
He-
Cole needs to
he needs
die.
to die. He needs to die.
Mhm.
He needs to die so hard. And then the one thing that did where I'm like every episode there's somebody doing something stupid. Every episode this season, somebody do something. The dude was when he was trying to tame the dragon, right? Or like, get it to obey him. He was kind of scared, he was taming, but he still respected the dragon.
He's like,
The
I made
second-
it.
Bro, how about you jump on its back first, like get it to like you? Just like as you're about to like get on top of it, it's like you're just like, you're my bitch, and he's like, whoa, what? It's like, I'm gonna burn you. I was like, why would you say that out loud? And then second, why would you even think that? Like you're not even on it yet. Get on it first, and then you can say shit like that. Like, bro, I thought that was stupid as shit. You know, I was like, ugh, you know,
It was stupid. I agree 100%.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
dumb.
yeah. So, you know, but I mean, he had it in the bag. You just had to stop not being a dick. So, yeah. But,
One thing I did want to talk about was the idea of what Laris said to Aegon, and you know, kind of
Mhm.
when he sat down at
Oh,
his
yeah.
bed and he was like telling him, like, you know, people are going to snicker at you, people are going to disrespect you, people are going to say things behind your back, sometimes in your face,
Mhm.
and you have to understand that they're also going to underestimate you, and you need to take that the idea of them underestimating you and use that to your advantage. And the things that he was saying was something that someone said to him, probably his father said to him. So take this underestimation and use it to your advantage. And him saying that to Aegon, I thought that was really important. I think that's foreshadowing something that we're going to see soon.
Yeah. I thought it was like really interesting advice because I wasn't sure if like is he doing it to help Alicent because Alicent, you know, it's her son, or is he doing it to stay in good grace with who is technically the king? You know, I couldn't get why he was doing that because I never feel like people do shit just to be nice people. You know, the only one that did that was Ned Stark, and he died like in season 1. So, no one does good guy things. You know, there's always a motive.
I don't
Especially
think
with him.
it was being
you know.
good. I think they had it's Mysaria, but I think feel like that it was like just a connection. It was just a connection they both had. You know, he was born with a club foot. He's going through something that he's going to do, so they had a connection. But also, he's also been denied for hand by Aemon, even though he was the one that suggested Aemon do this stuff. So he's like, man, well, maybe if I can be here for Aegon, he will remember this. And though I'm playing the long game, and Aegon might come back together, you know, I'm going to be that guy who supported him when no one else did.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's a little bit of both.
Yeah. That's what I think. It's a little bit of both. You know, but I thought that was an interesting scene. You know, but yeah. Best part is we didn't see. Did we even see Sir Criston?
Yeah, we did. When she was talking to her brother on a horse.
Like we didn't see a lot of him in his dumbass haircut. And Mama Bear said, incest in the show, this is normal. Lesbian kiss. Oh my god, that's indecent.
I think my mind went to the same exact place. Like, this is nothing new, especially with this show.
It just didn't bother me. I don't know.
I was fine with it.
Yeah, I was okay with it. Was like whatever because there's just so much sex in the show anyway.
Yeah.
But I was kind of like I stopped and think. I'm like, has there ever been like a gay kind of?
She couldn't come out as that. It could come out. It couldn't be a couple.
You can marry your uncle, but
yeah, but you couldn't come out like that. Not in that century. Plus, if she did that, Daemon would never come back into the fold.
No. And also, she's like
he might
low
be cool
class,
with it because it's Daemon's ex. Because remember, Mysaria is Daemon's ex. So that's the one he wanted to marry, and then the one he's married, Daemon might come back and be like, "Cool,
let's go.
Let's make this happen."
Yeah, but I thought it was like whatever. I'm like, okay, it just makes me like, is she playing a long game too? You know, what is she doing? You know, because again, no one does anything in the show because they're good, or because they're truly in love. It's always one sided. Like somebody has like a plan, and I feel like she is a person that always has a plan and is like 10 steps ahead.
But what can she really get out of it? That's what I was thinking. As a woman, maybe safety, but she was already safe.
Yeah, I mean, being safe and then being safe, in a tower where you get to eat every day and money and wear fancy clothes, and
there's already that too, because she's basically the non-council hand. Really, she was already that
Yeah.
without having the romantic part of it. So, you know, I don't know. I think that she was doing because of the story that she said, the story that she told. If that's the truth, then that's
Mhm.
probably what that connection. The idea that her father did that to her,
Yeah.
and the idea of why she can't have kids and all those things, that's can be why.
Stuff like that always reminds me of Tyrion Lannister from Game of Thrones. Peter
Mhm.
Dinklage's character. It's like you thought, oh, he found a girl that loves him, and then she just stabbing in the back is like an understatement. She like just completely blindsides him, and that was like one of the worst portrayals I think in all the Game of Thrones, because that completely destroyed him. And I don't know because of that I can't trust anybody. Like when it comes to love, like I love you. No, you don't. What do you want? You got something. You got a plan. So, but all right. Anything else? Call it a night.
Yeah, no, I think it's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was
So,
a
2 more
fun
episodes.
episode, but yeah, the penultimate I think was going to be a lot of stuff that they set up. The
think so.
Dragon Rider, what's happening with the High Towers, what the small folk now want. Now she has the backing of that. If Damon comes back at the end of the penultimate episode, that could be huge for a finale. Now she got to she was already below everything, and now she has everything going her way.
Mm-hmm.
That will be a huge change.
So definitely 2 more episodes. Like I said, penultimate next week. I think it's gonna be big. It's gonna be super big. But yeah, if you're watching on the replay, appreciate you guys coming in, checking us out. Leave a comment down below. Let us know what you think about this episode. It was a good episode. Not gonna hate. But let us know if you have any theories about any of the characters and where they might go with it. Make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, come and join us live every Monday and Thursdays. We appreciate everyone in our live chat hanging out with us. But if you are hanging out with us in the live chat, stick around because we're gonna move on to our last topic for the night. All right, I got nothing. It is already past midnight.
It is past midnight.
Yeah. No. All right. Cool. But yeah, we'll probably get out of here. Quick shout out to our Spoiler Crew members. Appreciate all you guys being part of our membership program. Thank you guys so much. Mama Bear Dow, Big Four Entertainment, Omar, Dre Mac, Zach Attacks, Brandon Davis, Danny with Road to Wisdom. Have you seen that with T, Kenny Sparks, and Cleves? Appreciate all you guys being members of the Spoiler Kings channel. So thank you guys so much. Appreciate you guys. We gotta do those giveaways because I still got those things at work that I need to find people to send it to. But we'll see. Hopefully Thursday. If I'm still at work on Thursday.
If you're still there, yeah.
If I'm still at work on Thursday. But cool. Thursday, Deadpool Wolverine. So hopefully, Brandman, you can see it Thursday too. I don't know what your schedule looks like, but if you get to see it Thursday, me and Brian are seeing it Thursday, so it'll be a late show. If Brandman gets to see it, then we'll definitely talk about it. If not, we'll figure things out. But
yeah, I think I could do that too. I don't think it'll be a problem.
Yeah, I think I'm going like 5:30 show. 45.
I'm at 6:00. I think you're at 5:45. I'm 6.
Yeah, something like that. So, but stay off the internet. Avoid spoilers if you want to avoid spoilers because they are going to be everywhere tomorrow. Yep. But cool. That's like regular dating. Yeah. But all right, let's get out of here. Appreciate you guys hanging out with us, Mama Bear, sticking to the end. We will see you guys on Thursday. Later.
See you
guys.
Don't forget to like and subscribe. We out here.